Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna talk about Oscar De La Hoya firing back at Vergil Ortiz after his statement and revealing his truths. We're gonna be speaking about Eddie Hearn responding to Dana White and who he had just signed recently. Then we're gonna talk about Ring Magazine being ruined. You see what I'm saying? But before we get into that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,300 mark. Looking to hit that 3,400 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. I'm already seeing a lot of the comments in the building, man. Overall, you know what I mean? Because Marissa asked how I was doing today. Shout out to Marissa. Shout out to Smoochie. Shout out to Justin Jackson. Shout out to Slime in the building. That's my brother right there, man. J Cash in the building. What up? That's my brother as well. You know what I mean? We got some day one motherfuckers in the building right now, man. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You feel what I'm saying? My boy, Mr. Big Play Bray. What up? What's going on? What's going on? I had a great day overall, though, Marissa. I know I'll be sounding a little bit repetitive, but I did. You know what I'm saying? Regular schedule. Went to work. Stepped out of work early. Attended to my son's, doctor's appointment. You know what I mean? It was pretty dope to see, get news that my son is growing and, he's nice and healthy. So that's the biggest blessing. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with my fair share of, health issues and, dealing with a chronic illness. You know what I mean? Life is definitely tough, from that perspective. So to see my son, doing very well, you know what I'm saying? Just getting bigger, stronger, smarter every day. It's a beautiful thing to see. You know what I mean? Definitely a blessing. Coffee, what up? What's going on? God is good all the time. And all the time. God is good. Yes, sir. De La Soul, what up, brother? Yup. So, it was dope. It was dope, man. I really enjoyed it. Then I went to the gym. We had some good sparring. You know what I mean? Derek the Maestro Moore, man, making his professional debut soon. I'm very, very proud of my brother, man. We came a long way, man. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, but we about to turn a whole new chapter in this boxing game, and I'm really looking forward to, having a professional fighter in my stable that I helped build along with Coach Sharon and Lando Rosa from the ground up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we got some good shit going on. Agent 86, what up, man? We about to get into these topics. Justice said Oscar did Vergil dad bad. Hey, man. I seen Vergil dad responded too. Wishing him the best. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. You know what I mean? And in due time, Derek will be hitting these headlines, man. Just like how Frank Martin and all, Keyshawn and like they're going to be mentioned amongst those names. Watch. Guarantee you. Yeah, I mean, well, wait, he fight at. He gonna be at 126, 122, 126 around there. So 122, 126. That's what it's looking like. He in the low 30s right now. So yeah, he could probably be at 122, 126. We'll see. We'll see where his body gets down to. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, we got some things that we currently need to discuss. That boy Oscar De La Hoya said he finally is able to reveal the truth. And because of that, he did his normal clapback Thursday. You know what I mean? He left a nice little video in the process of his clapback Thursday to let y'all know how problematic Vergil Ortiz Sr. is. What do I think about Shushu? Phenomenal talent. I brought him up on the channel, and he put on a great performance against Carlos Castro. Man, it was a long time coming. When we did the interview together, and this was 2 weeks before he announced his world title fight with Carlos Castro. He was saying he was expressing how frustrated he was with the boxing game and how, he gets criticized when he's, putting an effort to make the big fights happen and how nobody wants to give him an opportunity. Stephen Fulton vacates his world title. You know, Shushu's next in line. He faces Carlos Castro, somebody Stephen Fulton had beat previously for the vacant WBC 126-pound title. And he faced some adversity, man. You know, he got hurt. You know what I mean? He recovered, and he was able to get the knockout shortly after the fact. So Shushu, he's the goods, man. I think, you know, when it comes to Brooklyn, that's who that people need to be speaking about. I'll just say that. No Edgar Berlanga, no Richardson Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Carrington. That's the guy. And what I was saying, like years ago, I was saying the two prospects that need to be watched on the come up over at Top Rank was Bruce Carrington and Abdullah Mason. See, you peep. And this was before everybody was talking about them. Before everybody was talking about it. I was at Bruce Carrington, he nasty. And fucking Abdullah Mason, he's a savage. And look what happened. They both became world champion. Shout out to Top Rank, man. They do a brilliant job with building their fighters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brownsville. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of Brooklyn, for real, downtown. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coney Island, all that shit. You know what I mean? J Cash, I remember you saying something along those lines. I'm telling you, I ain't got nothing to cap about, bro. Those are the two young guys that I've seen that really stood out to me. But anyways, man, let's get into this clapback Thursday that Oscar De La Hoya done put out here. He posted on Instagram for everybody to see. But there may be some of you who don't have social media. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for y'all. This is Oscar De La Hoya expressing his frustrations with Vergil Ortiz, his team, and things of that nature. He gives you what he says is the truth. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hear what Oscar has to say. Hold on, y'all.
In boxing, that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursday. There won't be many laughs this week because I never think it's funny when a fighter tries to fuck me over. But the verdict is in, and Vergil Ortiz's master plan to break his contract with Golden Boy Promotions was shot down by a federal judge in Nevada. I know many of you have been waiting for the details regarding all this bullshit, so it's time to finally give you the facts. Here's the timeline of how it all went down. I hadn't heard from Vergil Ortiz since his fight back in November, where he openly praised me for being a great guy and a great promoter.
He is probably one of the most successful promoters in the history of the sport. And he has always been done right by me. I have nothing bad to say about him. I mean, he's gone out of his way. He texts me all the time. He's called me, FaceTime me on Christmas. He does his job. I mean, everything that he's done, I think that he's done with good intentions with me. And I can't say anything bad about the guy.
Damn. So in the lead up to the Erickson Lubin fight, you talking all this good shit about Oscar. In the moment this Jaron Ennis fight gets put into play, now you don't want nothing to do with him. Crazy, bro.
So everything was terrific, right? And his father even sent me this message over the holidays. Then, out of nowhere, Vergil served us with a lawsuit in January to get out of his contract. So who was behind this lawsuit? The worst manager in boxing, Rick Meridian. Rick demanded that Vergil get paid triple what we're contractually obligated to pay Vergil for the Boots fight. We were ready to make the fight, and I was lobbying to get him the most money possible. But Rick, being the selfish asshole he is, tried to line his own pockets and felt the grass was greener with the others who interfered on the other side. And now, thanks to his...
He's referring to Matchroom, by the way, for those of y'all who don't know.
...poor advice, Vergil's sidelined, and he's headed to waste more money and time in mediation. And that could last years. Vergil, I still want to believe you're a good guy, and you received the worst advice on the planet. We always did right by you, treated you with respect. Remember when we were in Texas, and I sent President Eric Gomez to sit with you while you and your father cried about pulling out of the fight the week of? And this was the second time this happened. And still, we believed in you. I generously gave you $200,000. Did you forget about that? These are the
Damn. So without this motherfucker Vergil even fighting, he cut him a check for $200,000. See, this is the shit that I was talking about, and this is why I was saying that I felt like Oscar did have, a valid, reason for why he feels like Vergil snaked him. So I was like, bro, we built you up from the very beginning. We built you up to the name that you are in the sport today. You're literally ranked number 1 in the Ring magazine without even being a world champion. That's a testament to how good Oscar De La Hoya has taken care of your career. You know what I'm saying? Then, you going through, health issues and things of that nature, and he stuck by your side the whole time. Now, why he stuck by your side might have been for monetary reasons or just in case you're able to bounce back. And I don't know exactly what the reason is, but what holds true is that he stood by your side when he could have easily dropped you. You know what I'm saying? So this is Oscar's bringing some valid shit to the table.
The facts, folks. Oh, and we had to constantly deal with your hothead father who couldn't be less gracious or appreciative. And if you don't believe me, let me show you something, everybody. Here's a clip of the night before Vergil's last fight in November 2025, where his father got into a fist fight with a heckler, and my Golden Boy employees had to break it up while he was rolling around the floor of the hotel lobby shirtless. I mean, of course, my team was kind enough to protect you, Vergil, and begged the man your father assaulted not to press charges. Jesus Christ, this is the shit I have to deal with.
What the fuck is Vergil Ortiz seeing your dad doing, rumbling? What are you doing fighting hecklers? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't be understanding, bro. Like, these, and listen, the heckler may have done something to him that gave him no other choice but to defend himself. I don't know what the context is, but it's not a good look. You know what I mean, you should be focused on your son fighting and not engaging with hecklers.
You're still this ungrateful? I protected you like family, and you turn your back on me? Vergil, I know the lies Rick is telling you and how deep you are in this bullshit. You're gonna keep racking up the legal bills and burning money. Look, what Rick didn't tell you is that you could potentially stay on the shelf for years, just like Mikey Garcia did. And that's the way it's heading legally. The judge already ruled against you. But it isn't too late to fix this. From one fighter to another, you have to change the team around you. They're dragging you down, and we all see it from the outside. If you don't change your team, it's going to be another sad ending for another potential star in boxing. Even though you tried to screw me over, I still want what's best for all my fighters. And I always will. So remember, kids, you're never a hater if you only speak the facts. It's that time of the week again. Time for the only segment in.
Damn. So, what did we get from this video right here? In my opinion, when I looked over the video, it looked like he was just, telling what he felt was going on over on his side. He was telling what he perceived to be his truth. And, he in my opinion, I thought he brought up some valid points. You know what I'm saying? I thought he brought up some valid points. And Mr. Big Play Bray, you're definitely right with your assessment, brother. He said if it was sent to arbitration, that doesn't mean Oscar won. They can still say Vergil is right. Well, Oscar was, and you're definitely right, but what Oscar was referring to was the judge ruled in his favor in terms of, you know what I'm saying? Like, Vergil can't negotiate with nobody. He can't sign no contracts or anything like that until it goes to arbitration. So that's what he was referring to. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The arbitrator could be like, oh, Virgil's in the right, free agent. But what Oscar did say that brought up that, which was valid too, is that you don't know how much longer you don't know how long this is going to take. Like, it took Mikey Garcia like 2 years to get back into the game after his legal issues with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? Like, Andre Ward was sitting out for a while getting that shit resolved with Goosen. You know what I'm saying? So these things take time. It could be a quick it could be a quick solution. It could be a long drawn out one. We don't know. And this is why I was telling Tap And I was telling Sean, I think what was that? Sean Terrence, when we was having that conversation yesterday, when we was conversing back and forth, I was telling them because they was like, oh, they feel like this lawsuit was all just to avoid Jerron Ennis. And one of the things that I said is I don't think they will go as far as take this to court where they're going to be spending a shit ton of money, just like Oscar De La Hoya said, to try to avoid Jerron Ennis. For all that, you know what I mean? They could just say no to Jerron Ennis fight and move on. You know, they'll make some, or even fight Jerron Ennis, because guess what? Fighting Jerron Ennis to fighting somebody else will be much more beneficial to them than to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in court trying to plead your case as to why you should be a free agent. Yeah, Mikey Garcia did go through that, Justin. He was fighting. He didn't like what was going on with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? He wanted more money. It was definitely a money situation. They wasn't seeing eye to eye. So Mikey and Top Rank, they went at it for well over like 20-something months. So it was ugly. It was ugly. But Mikey was able to become a free agent. Thank God he still had something left in the tank. And then he came back with a vengeance too, bro. That return with Mikey was, he didn't show no ring rust. He did phenomenal, man. He came back around that time. He took like a little warm-up fight. Then he fought Dejan Zlaticanin for the WBC lightweight title. Knocked Dejan Zlaticanin out cold. Then he was just on a phenomenal run, man. I was a huge Mikey Garcia fan. Like how the way I fuck with David Benavidez, Bam and them, and Boots right now. That's how I fucked with Mikey around that time. That was my guy. That was my guy. And I knew Mikey was the truth because my dad was a fan of him as well. My dad don't like nobody. So my dad fuck with you is really because you one of the ones. For real, for real. But my dad don't be trying to give nobody credit. My dad be also fuck everybody shit. Smoochie said, almost fell back asleep. I'm sorry. I be taking forever to get on. But I be trying to get like a little bit of rest before I get back into the, talking to y'all. Talking does require a lot of energy for those of y'all who don't know. But we here. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, man, that, looking at that whole video, man, De La Hoya brought up some solid shit. Like, we can't sit here and disregard the fact that he was there for Vergil during the whole health issue stuff. He said they was crying and shit like that. And listen, I cried too when I went through my health issues because I knew I had to forget about boxing and just focus on my health. You know what I'm saying? And Vergil could have very well been in that situation had they not have figured out the reason why, their health issues kept getting triggered. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when you feel like you got your whole future ahead of you and then you're plagued with health issues, yeah, you could be in a fucked up situation. But Oscar stood there and believed in him. You know what I mean? And kept pushing him. And you could tell Oscar's not really mad at Vergil. You could tell, like he see. It sounds like he has some forgiveness in him for Vergil. Where Oscar's real issue is with Vergil's manager. He felt like Vergil's manager is the one that's fucking up the whole situation, the whole dynamic between them. And you could tell because he made it clear in the very beginning, like, yo, we had a great relationship. You know what I'm saying? Here's Vergil saying this about me, and here's Vergil's dad texting me, showing me his appreciation. It looked like it was a lot of mutual respect, but then when the manager came around and started putting things in Vergil's head, he feels like he brainwashed Vergil Ortiz to go against him. So that's why he keeps saying, yo, Vergil, I really feel like, you know what I mean? This ain't really you, basically. Like, this ain't you. I feel like you're being manipulated. You know what I mean? And it ain't too late to fix all of this. So what do y'all think, right? We got 24 people in the building. What do y'all think Vergil Ortiz next move should be? So he try to, because Oscar's pretty much saying now, yo, we could fix this, but you just got to change your team around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to change your team around. On the other hand, Vergil said in the latest tweet that he's done with Golden Boy. So if y'all in Vergil Ortiz's situation, right? If y'all in Vergil Ortiz's situation, what route are y'all going? What avenue are y'all exploring? Are y'all just going to follow through and be like, fuck it, we're going to take it to court and try to become this free agent, which isn't guaranteed, and risk hundreds of thousands of dollars and inactivity? Or do you look to resolve things or get back on the same page with Oscar and reevaluate your management? Could be a tough situation depending on who you are as a person. Are you somebody that would want to avoid all of that and, want and have time on your side? Or are you okay with missing that possible time to have freedom after the fact? What is it that you're going to explore? It sounds like Oscar is forgiving. It sounds like Oscar wants to give Vergil the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, he's like, yo, you're going to have to chalk your management. Or are you going to stick with your management? You know what I mean? Put hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, most likely to go through this whole court process, because these lawyers ain't cheap. And, pretty much roll the dice on free agency. Because in arbitration, the judge could say, oh, we looked over everything. You're still a Golden Boy fighter. So now you just wasted all this fucking time. You just wasted all this time. And Boots and Charlo next. What, you heard something? Stop playing this thing. You ain't hear that. I don't see anything like that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Nah, it's not anything official. Probably gonna try free agency. Yeah, it does. Vergil Ortiz, based off his tweet, it does sound like his mind is set on something. But after this video, it might change. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know. Most likely he gonna stick out with stick it out with Rick Meridian and shit like that, and possibly to go through the process and wish for the best. Because Vergil probably looking at it like, I'd rather sit down on this shelf and try for free agency rather than to continue dealing with Oscar De La Hoya. It's tough, man. Definitely tough. Trick said, hard choice for Vergil. To be honest, I have a feeling Oscar may tell Vergil what could get you a fight with the winner of Fundora and Thurman and don't have to risk a fight with Boots. And it's the thing, too, like, you saying to, like, reevaluate your whole team. You do know that Vergil got a contract with Rick Meridian, too. It's not like you could just fire Rick Meridian. Like, it's not like that. Like, if they have a deal set in place, just like the promoter has a deal set in place with the fighter. You know what I mean? That management contract could be up to 5 years. So it's like, unless the manager's in breach of contract, I don't really see how you could get yourself up out of that situation. Now, you could probably buy yourself out of that manager's contract, but do you really want to put up that much money? Or the manager might sell your contract to somebody else. I've heard of that before too. So me personally, really thinking about both sides, I think Vergil gonna stick out with his man. I think he's gonna roll the dice. I think he's really gonna roll the dice. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he won't be the first one to go through that experience. And unfortunately, knowing how the way this boxing game is, he won't be the last. So it is what it is, man. As we continue to get more updates on that, I'll be, that's how I'm tired of shit. I can't think. I'll be keeping you up to date. I'll be updating you as more info comes along. Mr. Big Play Bray in the building. He said, will the zone make contract negotiators hard seeing they wanted the Bulls versus Vergil fight? I don't know, man. To me, it sounds like the zone and Vergil are on good terms because if Vergil wasn't on good terms with the zone, I don't think the zone would have testified on his behalf because they helped him with a whole statement. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like the zone is like pretty much fed up with Oscar, to be honest with you. That's what it sounds like to me. it seemed like the disconnect is I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on at the end of the day. I could just speculate based off of the things that I've seen. But the fact that the COO of the zone like pretty much gave a statement on Virgil's behalf, that lets me know there's most likely not any problems between Virgil and his team in the zone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's an issue between the zone and Oscar because Oscar's probably looking for, because the zone be giving these fucking promoters money, right? They give them a budget, and these promoters go ahead and do whatever the fuck they want with the budget, and Golden Boy and them, they making these fights with that budget, and the zone, this network isn't getting their fucking return on investment, so they like, bro, if we gonna keep giving y'all motherfuckers money, y'all gonna give us the fights that we looking for. So they're putting pressure on the promoter to make these joints happen. You see what I'm saying? So you're like, yo. So basically, I think what the zone did is like, look, y'all contract done expired. If y'all want to have like a strong possibility or likelihood of us, extending a network deal with us, then you got to give us this fight right here. Like pretty much like reassure us you're gonna give us quality fights before we reinvest into your promotional company. That's what I think is going on, and they seem to be butting heads from there. That's what it looked like to me. It's the big play. Brace said no DAZN and Golden Boy because they said they don't have a contract with Golden Boy. Yeah, that's what they said. And Vergil Ortiz contract says that if the promotional company doesn't have a network deal in place, and that gives them the option to be a free agent. So that's really what Vergil and his team is banking on right now. So if that might be the reason why Vergil walks away. But for some reason, these judges keep ruling in Golden Boy's favor. So there must be something that Golden Boy has in the contract or whatever that's pretty much overshadowing that angle right there. So we'll see, man. The language in these contracts do be a bit complicated at times, and that's why they hire lawyers to read and create these joints, man. They word them in a way where it's like it's tough for you to get out of. Nah, Ralph, the Golden Boys deal with the zone expired December 31st of 2025. So that shit been expired. We in March. Shit was 3 months ago that shit expired. Trick said, is there an option for Vergil to buy himself out of the contract and maybe get Matchroom to help him with the buyout? There's definitely a possibility. I don't think that's an option as of right now, but maybe when they go through arbitration or whatever, that'll probably be an option. That might be a little solution. They probably will propose that. Like, is there any way that we could buy ourselves out of this contract? And Golden Boy was like, well, let's say, hypothetically speaking, Golden Boy was $3 million invested into Vergil. They're going to want more than that so they could get their return on investment. But I seen Floyd bought himself out of his contract with Top Rank before. I think it was like $750,000 or something like that. He bought himself out of his contract. I heard a few fighters done did that. But I don't know if Golden Boy is going to be willing to do that. You know what I mean? That's something that they would have to discuss in court. That would be something that probably would have to be proposed in court. And if they're willing to negotiate on the price, then so be it. But I don't know. But yeah, man. We'll see what's going on with Vergil and them, and I just hope that it's not a long, drawn-out process where Vergil loses some prime years of his career sitting on the shelf. So, speaking of promoters, speaking of Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn. He's been running into some unfortunate situations lately, man. He's been having trouble getting fights for guys like Ben Rodriguez and Jaron Ennis. And, he's been kind of in a slump in some sense because, he, along with, having fighters that are inactive at this point in time, he also lost a fighter that he invested a lot of time, money, blood, sweat, and tears into. You know what I'm saying? That is Conor Benn. Conor Benn has signed a deal with Zuffa Boxing, one fight, $15 million, fighting a fucking past his prime, former 140-pound champion at a catch weight of 150 pounds, Regis pro grade, right? So Eddie Hearn was very upset about that. You know what I mean? Caught off guard, shocked, and shit like that. And ever since then, Dana White and Eddie been having some back and forths. It was even before that, before they signed Conor Benn, they was having some back and forths because Dana is technically a promoter in the boxing world now, outside of the UFC. So he's looking to take over boxing like he did the UFC. And he loves to compete. They're competitive. Eddie Hearn's competitive in his own right. I think that's why he's the promoter that he is today. And I said all of that to say Eddie Hearn was looking to find a way to get back at Dana White some way, somehow, right? So when I came across this news, the first thing I thought was, man, Eddie Hearn is a petty motherfucker. Now, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Dana White, he's basically known for, the UFC and putting on some big fights for mixed martial arts, right? Cool. So I'm scrolling through social media and I see this right here. I know y'all know who the fuck that is if y'all watch MMA, man. That is the current UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn just signed this dude, Tom Aspinall, to to Matchroom's talent agency. And if you see this video right here, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna mute the music. But this is them linking up. Eddie Hearn putting that motherfucking ism on him. They signed the paperwork. And they signed off. Yup. Matchroom Talent Agency. That's what it looks like. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So this was Eddie Hearn's response to Dana White taking Conor Benn to Dana White taking Conor Benn away from him. He was like, all right, y'all want to do that? We're going to go ahead and sign one of the UFC fighters to let you know that we got power too, that we got influence too. And Tom Aspinall and the UFC haven't been really seeing eye to eye from what I understand because of Tom Aspinall's latest performance. He had like an eye injury. I think he had got an eye poked real bad, had to get surgery. I don't know if it was on one eye or both eyes. And, Tom Aspinall really wasn't satisfied with how, the fans were treating him and things of that nature. I don't know if he said anything specifically to Dana White, but he was upset with how the way things transpired after his controversial last fight. I think it was against Cyril Gahn. So since then, Dana, I guess Eddie Hearn was fishing to see what UFC fighter could possibly sign with his talent agency. So he chose somebody who is currently a champion in the sport. Now, it's a talent agency at the end of the day. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna be doing for Tom Aspinall. I think they're just gonna be doing things to help him become a bigger star. You know what I mean? Just marketing him to I guess different places and really make himself like a household name. You know what I mean? So he could get like those big endorsement deals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this was Eddie Hearn's response to Dana White. I saw they asked Dana White about it. He said he really don't care. And at the end of the day, Dana really shouldn't, because it's like, bro, I'm Dana White, bro. Like, as long as you ain't fucking with the UFC contract that I have with that fighter, then I could really care less. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't really look phased. Seems like he's business oriented. Overall, it doesn't look like, Dana White does get pissed off, but I don't think he approaches business emotionally. I think that Eddie Hearn doing this was an emotional response to what Dana White had did to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I take the whole situation. What the fuck a talent agency does for Tom Aspinall, I don't know. But I guess it was just a way to, let Dana White know that he's here, that he's in the mix as well. What the hell? Why did my screen zoom in like this? Weird as shit. Oh. I just sent the link. Slime. But yeah, nothing really much to speak about that, man. Just Eddie Hearn being petty. So we'll see. We'll see. Uh, waiting for you to get on, Slime, if you still joining. I can't find that shit that I was just on. Oh yeah. Yo,
Yo,
what's going on, brother? You good? Have you talked? Oh, he got kicked out as soon as he came on here. What the hell?
that
Yo,
shit,
bro,
that shit took me off. That shit was weird.
what's going on?
Ain't shit. What's the word, bro?
Shit, bro. We just talking about what's going on in boxing right now. It's a little bit slow, so I'm trying to carry it.
Nah, I was gonna pitch in on that topic. This nigga Eddie Hearn's really trying to go for promoter of the year 3 years in a row, bro, with the awards. Cause tell you something, he's really pimping shit.
Yeah, you think it was a good move to sign Tom Aspinall?
Oh yeah, he should try to get Alex Pereira next. That'll really, bro. Oh my God.
It's a talent agency, so I'm trying to figure out
Like how
like
to yeah,
what does
I
that
want to
entail? Let me
yeah, I
see.
want to I just said that in the comments. I said I want to know how that's gonna work. Because I was thinking like this nigga's gonna be a boxer now. That's what I was thinking. I was like, nah, that's not. Nigga's a wrestler.
That shit literally launched this month. Like the talent agency. So according to what I'm reading right here, this says Matchroom Talent Agency is a newly formed talent management division launched in March 2026 by Matchroom Sport Chairman Eddie Hearn. Designed to nurture athlete brands and careers, the agency signed UFC champion Tom Aspinall as his inarguable, I think I said that right, inarguable client for commercial and advisory representation. Uh, the move expands Hearn's portfolio in the MMA, focused on building athlete reputations outside the octagon. So pretty much, he's looking to make them like household names,
Mm,
like making them more popular, making them more of an attraction. So Dana probably like, nigga, you doing me a favor because if you make them more popular, you gonna sell me more tickets, nigga.
yeah, that's what that is, really.
So that's why Dana ain't give a fuck. It's like, all right, you signed him to your talent agency. You're gonna make him more popular. So when he fights on my events, you can sell more tickets. Won't you fucking have at it?
Now that I'm thinking about that, now that I'm looking at it like that, that's
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was a bit, and I know Eddie Hearn is gonna benefit from it too because he's obviously gonna get paid off of that. But it's like, I don't know
Aspinall's
if
gonna
that
get
was
more paid off that.
right. I don't know if that was really a chess move on his side. It's
I
almost
mean,
like you're trying to do business with Dana White.
like he probably feels Eddie feels some type of accomplishment because maybe Dana White is names and not anywhere in them contracts. You know what I'm saying? So there's
But
no really
you know
ties
what'll
with
probably
him.
fire. You know what'll probably backfire on Dana White if Conor Benn does that one fight deal, takes that 15 million, and re-signs with Eddie.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Like, all right, so you lost 15 mil trying to take Eddie fighter, and now Eddie, is pretty much your fighter's brand manager. I don't know, bro. This shit is just petty for real. It's petty, and I don't know if Eddie Hearn signing Tom Aspinall is really like some type of get back for against Dana. And even like you can't even be mad at Dana, bro. Like you can't be mad at Dana. I mean, you gotta be mad at yourself because you ain't locking Conor Benn into a new deal. You was comfortable. You thought he wasn't gonna go anywhere. The one thing about a snake, that motherfucker gonna slither, cuz.
Oh.
Like a snake is gonna be a snake. You can't change the nature of a wild animal. That's why some animals can be tamed, others can't be. Some are capable of being pets. Some are just they'll always be of the wild. Like you can't really you can't expect this motherfucker Conor Benn to have any type of loyalty. You can't expect him to have any type of integrity because he showed you from the very beginning when he tested positive for performance enhancement drugs that he's a snake motherfucker, bro.
I was gonna say this. You could keep a snake as a pet. How long will it take till it bites you?
Right.
Then
That's a fact. That's a fact. And if you get a snake the opportunity, it'll leave that motherfucking cage too.
oh yeah.
So
You leave that cage open, he's slithering right out.
yep. You don't expect it. That's what Eddie Hearn did. He took that lid off that motherfucking tank and expected Conor Benn to just stay in that motherfucker. Nope. Behind Eddie back, this motherfucker was screaming loyalty and all this bullshit. This motherfucker Eddie Hearn took this nigga back from the depths of hell after that PED scandal. Whole time he making it seem like he loyal behind the scenes. He talking to people behind Eddie back, talking to people. Then he gonna go ahead and sign that deal. And Eddie Hearn had to find out through somebody else, through the Conor Benn manager, through email. When he tries to talk to Conor talk about, no, ain't nothing to talk about. What?
That's a bad John. Yeah, Conor's
He's a piece of shit, bro. Like, I would find a way to get back at fucking Conor Benn. I'll sign Chris Eubank Jr. Fuck is you talking about?
Oh yeah.
I'll do some shit like that. Or I would fucking if you re-sign with God. I ain't gonna lie, I know Regis ain't gonna do shit with Conor, but I'm really hoping Regis fuck him up, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna say this.
Oh my god, I hope Conor. I know it ain't gonna happen, but I hope Regis whooping.
This would be the most elite Eddie move for a punishment for Conor Benn. As soon as he signs with Eddie, boom, boots. Yo, he's gonna shit himself.
He really is. He don't want nothing to do with Boots at all.
Bro,
that's what Eddie, that's what Eddie get though, man, because Eddie clearly be having favors, he be having preferences and all that. And like he been really trying his best to keep these fighters away from Boots. Like he's been fucking Boots out of a lot of opportunities, bro. He hasn't been able to capture any of these big fights with Boots or anything like that. And he like, yo, well, Conor Benn's gonna be my UK moneymaker. I'm not gonna cash him out. Whole time, this motherfucker ain't even worried about sticking around with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shit for all that. And you knew he was a crab motherfucker from the beginning once he came out with the drug shit. And then he does whatever he can to avoid
justify
that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I've been cleared. They did an investigation and you've been cleared. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck who cleared you, bitch. Shit don't change the fact that you took the shit, and don't clearing you don't mean that you innocent, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? So, Conor Benn, like, he be really acting, and this what a lot of these dudes do, like, motherfucker. And I know a lot of these fighters won't admit it because it can really tarnish their reputation. Maybe if they say something, if they say no enough, people will start to believe them. But like, come on, bro. Like, y'all niggas need to go ahead and be like, yo, I didn't take it knowingly, but I'm gonna take responsibility for what I did, and I'll move more cautiously moving forward with supplements that I may take, blah, blah, blah. This dude Conor Benn didn't give a fuck. When Ryan got caught, he didn't give a fuck. This dude Ryan still bragging about the Devin Haney joint as if he didn't test positive for that fight. Why are you bragging about a fight that you clearly were on PEDs on? Like,
so it's the times we live in today, bro. I mean, it's like
the fans be enabling it. And I was talking to Reed earlier, right? Me and Reed was going back and forth. He like, yo, bro, like it's crazy. Like, you know how like motherfuckers be giving Ryan all this love, and you know what I'm saying? Like they be really supporting Ryan. And I was like, yo, bro, like I understand where you coming from, But at the end of the day, bro, those ain't really Ryan Garcia fans. They Devin Haney haters. It's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
If these was really Ryan Garcia fans, like if he was really getting all this love, why is it not translating into record-breaking numbers, ticket sales, pay-per-view buys? Why isn't that equating to these big numbers? Because that's what fans do. And my boy Jay Cash, if he's still in the building, Jay Cash told me that 2 weeks before the fight between him and Barrios, they were selling the tickets for 50% off. You couldn't tell Floyd to do that.
On top of that, niggas,
If you told Mayweather, yo, let's put your tickets up at the MGM Grand for 50% off 2 weeks before the fight, he gonna look at you like, nigga, you crazy? The fuck I look like? These tickets gonna sell. I'm a draw, nigga. They gonna sell. Why would I? They gonna sell at full price. Why would I put it for 50% off?
don't Devin Haney sell more?
I mean, I don't got the numbers in front of me or nothing like that. I know that when they fought, they did solid numbers. That's what I know. But I don't really think any of these niggas really big stars right now.
I bet you any money that Barrios and Ryan didn't do more numbers than Norman and Devin. Could be
Probably.
wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm just betting on it.
Let's see. Yeah, they don't even got no numbers out yet for that.
Mm.
They
don't got
probably
no
not gonna tell us the fucking numbers, so they probably was trash as fuck.
They don't got no numbers for Devin and Norman.
Let me see. Yeah, it's not saying nothing for that neither.
Damn. Then that's two then. Devin's really that nigga though. I feel like he sells more because I feel like more people hate Devin so much that they would pay to see him lose. Just like
Yeah.
Floyd, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
going through what Floyd's going through, but I feel like it's worse. Because, bro, and for no reason. Because Devin's
Oh, so
amazing, bro. He's a
check
great
this out.
boxer.
So this is what I was gonna say to build on what you just said. When I was talking to Ree, I was telling him, I'm like, yo, it's not really fans for Ryan because what fans do is that they support the fighter. They put money in the fighter pocket. They pay to see them somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? With Ryan, we don't see no crazy numbers where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this dude is like a bona fide superstar unless he fought a black fighter. It's the only time you really see this nigga do great numbers. Like, what was his numbers when he fought Javier Fortuna? What was his numbers when he fought Oscar Duarte? Because Mexicans are such high selling high selling fighters. What was the numbers when them two fought? You know what I'm saying? Like, where were they at? And the answer is you're not going to see them because they weren't significant. What it is they Devin Haney haters. They hate Devin Haney so much that they're willing to back people that had some type of success against fucking Devin Haney. So Gervonta Davis, this motherfucker was congratulating Ryan after the fight against Devin Haney. Why? Because he don't fuck with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I seen Keyshawn, spicing Ryan Garcia after the fight. Why? Because he don't fuck with Devin Haney. The fans are the same way. The fans are the same way. And they hate Devin Haney so much, and they be having different reasons. They don't like his style. They don't like his father. They're like, they find whatever reason possible to hate on the nigga. But they're even willing, they hate Devin so much that they're willing to overlook that a nigga took steroids or performance enhancement drugs against him. Like they're willing to overlook that because in their mind, it's like Devin lost, so fuck it. I don't care about how he lost, it's as long as he lost. Like crazy.
And then the way the fight went, so they ate that up.
Say that again?
The way the fight that when Devin and Ryan went, they ate that up.
Yeah.
They were like, ooh, hell yeah.
Bro, and even after even after Ryan tested positive, they was all still talking shit about Dev.
It's
Like,
crazy.
what the
Even after he said all that racist shit, they were supporting Ryan. They
bro?
were like, "Yo, woo, woo,
Now
Ryan."
that was what was insane. I ain't
Like,
never seen
bro,
that in my life. Like I've seen like PED users. Well, Ryan is like the first person that I seen test positive for PEDs, and like motherfuckers ain't care. Him and Alicia Bumgardner, like nobody cared whatsoever. I'm like, bro, how don't y'all care about this? If this would have been Dev, y'all would have fried this nigga. Y'all would have fried him. It would have been any black fighter, Javante, Shakur, whoever. If they would have tested positive, bro, we would never Boots. We would never hear the end of it. Never hear the end of it. Well, Ryan, they ain't care. Oh, that PEDs, that has nothing to do with Devin not being able to block a hook. You fucking dummy. Look up the effects of eye stream, and you tell me based off of the effects if it can't enhance your punching power, your hand speed. Like, come on, bro. Like y'all niggas, y'all just be chatting. Y'all don't be knowing what
yo,
the fuck y'all be talking about.
I really wish Boots was at 47. Like,
I
my
wish
God,
he was able to hold that weight just a little longer.
right? Like, damn, man,
But
damn.
they wouldn't have went up to 47 if Boots was still there. They
Nah, I
wouldn't
feel
have
like Devin. I feel like Devin would have.
probably.
Bro,
He
I don't
probably
think. Bro, I think Devin
I
would.
trust
Out of
Dev. I trust Dev more than all them niggas though.
Bro, I trust Dev more than Xander, more than anybody at 54. To be honest, I trust Dev more to fight Boots more than anybody right now. Because Boot, literally, I was gonna ask you this question, but I was gonna leave it for the open boxing topics. I was gonna ask you, who do you think, right, like of all time, present or whatever, is the most avoided fighter? Like right now, Boots, definitely hands down.
Benavidez. Benavidez definitely avoided heavy boots is one of them. Um who else is avoided? It's a few. Bakram was avoided for a little bit.
Gabriel, but I feel like Boots got it the worst
Yo
because
Yo. Yo Yo, them niggas gonna be wanting to fight Yo Yo. Uh it's definitely a few, but like off top, I'm definitely thinking like Boots and Benavidez for sure. They said Jai Opatai, he definitely up there.
and I
You know
hope
what I
that
mean?
nigga I hope that nigga lose to that Zuffa nigga.
Ha! Yeah, you crazy. He not losing
Bro,
to fucking Brandon Glatton, bro. There's no
yo,
way.
bro.
Bro,
I
I
hope
seen Glatton fight so many times, bro. He ain't got it. He cooked.
every big name in boxing that signed a Zuffa lay an egg. I don't care
Bro,
who it is.
them niggas for that open tire fight, the EMTs need to be behind Glatton like this, like ready to catch the nigga. They need to be in the ring with the ref, and every time Jai throw a punch, they gotta be ready to catch that nigga wherever he at. Catch him before he hit the canvas, bro.
But what if that nigga Gladden just hang and just face this nigga?
Then Jai was never really like that. But bro, I'm trying to tell you, Glatton is not like that. Like he tough, he punch hard. You know what I'm saying? But like he's not
But
on
he's
that level. Like
he,
Jai,
he's just
like
there to
Jai,
get stepped on.
Jai, if you don't stop Brandon Glatton, like if you don't knock him out early, something wrong. Something wrong.
That nigga said in an interview, "Oh, I signed with Zoo to better my career, better my family and shit." Like, nigga, you are fighting for a Zuffa belt. Go fuck yourself, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, they probably giving him more money than what Eddie was giving him, and he
Ni-
probably he gonna have more activity. You know what I'm saying? So if you're more active, you're most likely getting paid more. Then on top of that, you getting more exposure because they got a Paramount. I think they got to deal with Paramount and shit. Like it's better for him because when Jai was signed with Eddie, this motherfucker like niggas wasn't really checking for Jai or like that. This might be
Like,
better for his exposure.
I would like a nigga who has money, like, right? I don't understand it signing with like, I mean, the
He
money's right.
probably
Yeah,
don't.
sign
He
with
don't.
Zuffa, but
Jai don't
damn.
probably got money all like that though, bro. Weird, like Jai a new nigga, like he known, like amongst like hardcore boxing fans. But I be knowing some niggas, that we be talking about all the time, and I know for a fact they ain't got no money. Like they don't be having bread like that. I be
Shout
hearing
out
people.
Adrian Broner.
Well, he was getting the millions.
No, I'm talking about now. Come on now. Shout out Adrian Broner.
Anonymous talking about, damn, Mark. No, for real though. Them niggas need they need the fucking stretcher ringside, right on top of the judges' table. Then on top of that, they need to go ahead. They need that EMT to catch this nigga like a trust fall. You know how like the trust fall, you fall back and the niggas catch you? They need to do the same thing for Brandon Glatton when Ja hit him. Ja gonna put him out. Watch. That shit, and that's gonna be early too. First 3 rounds. Book it.
Yo, who the fuck are they gonna have as commentators? Jim Ross, nigga? Like what the fuck?
Jim Ross?
Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler, nigga.
Jai Opatah, that son of a bitch.
Good God Almighty! Good God Almighty! Down goes Glatton.
Jai Opatah, you evil son of a bitch. Yo, that nigga Jim Ross used to be frying Kane every chance he had.
Oh my God, he
was like, look
hated
at that
Kane.
ugly son of a bitch. Bro, I used to be yo, that nigga Jim Ross ain't give a fuck.
Bro, he was the best commentator of all time in wrestling.
He's definitely up there. He goated for sure.
Nah, he's the best one to me, bro. He made you, bro. Watch
Jerry,
it.
Jerry the King was a goat too.
Yeah, facts. But like, bro, nobody like Jim Ross, bro. Like he used to make wrestling matches back in the days, like, bro. Like
He's not doing it no more.
I don't know, not in WWE.
When did he retire? He retired like years ago.
No clue, bro. I know I haven't seen him since. I think the last time Jim Ross was on air for WWE was like 2008, bro. Or some shit like that. I could be wrong even about that.
I wonder when Jim Ross retired.
Yeah, bro. I remember it was Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler for years. And then Booker T. And then now there's random. You remember what's that nigga's name? He was the leader of the Nexus. Not Bray Wyatt, fucking Wade Barrett. He's a commentator now. That shit's all corny now. Fuck Triple H.
Lorenzo said, damn it, Triple H, why? Tell me why. He said, by God. He said, by God, John killed him. Yo,
He's dead. He's dead.
Yo,
God
I
Almighty,
remember when
he's
the ring
dead.
broke. Did the Big Show get slammed in the middle of the ring? And then
I think it was Brock Lesnar and Big Show.
Yo, and then JR started cursing live on air. Yo, that shit had me crying, bro. The ring was falling apart. It was like, doom. Like, that shit was falling demolition style.
Yo,
this
when
JR was like, oh, and then you just heard beep, 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 beep. Bro, I was fucking dying laughing. That nigga JR was panicking.
whatchamacallit, when mankind jumped off the Hell in a Cell, that was the first time niggas seen some shit like that. Oh my God, Jim lost that shit.
Bro, they said that this nigga tooth went through his nose when Mick Foley did that shit.
Bro,
that nigga, Mick Foley was really gangster. Like, that nigga don't know what pain was.
Yo, him and Sabu, bro.
Bro, they used to be tripping. Then no Puerto Rican wrestlers, they used to be like stabbing themselves with forks and shit.
Yeah, bro, they
all this scar
out.
tissue on their foreheads and shit.
Yo,
like, these niggas gangster as shit.
Yo, bro, you gotta watch AEW. Fuck that.
Bro, my dad be having me watching all that shit, bro. He be watching all that. Like,
you remember Dean Ambrose?
Who?
Dean Ambrose. He was a part of the Shield. You remember the Shield?
I think
the Shield
so.
when it was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. They used to attack niggas.
Hold on. We got a super chat. Hold on. See, I don't know why it's not showing me the super chats unless I click on this other section right here. Okay, shout out to my boy Singh with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you very much, brother. I like that fire. That's that fire ass MJ picture too when he was on the tour bus. He said, Mazuma, do you think Breadman is right and how Boots has never been the priority for Eddie Hearn, and should he leave Matchroom? That's a great question, brother. I did not see Breadman's interview about that, but I could see exactly why he said that. I just stated that earlier on in this live. I do think he's right in terms of Boots has never been the priority from Eddie. I do think that Eddie has he doesn't prioritize based off of talent. He prioritizes based off of money. Who generates the most revenue, right? And I think that he liked the idea, and that's why he's trying to keep Boots at home, because that's where Boots sells the most, right? But with Conor Benn in the UK, it's a different scenario, because in the UK, boxing is one of the biggest sports in the country. I think it's actually like second behind soccer. In the US, it's a different market. Like there's a few sports that are ahead of boxing. You feel what I'm saying? So not everybody's really looking and searching. And plus, Eddie Hearn got a better understanding of the UK boxing market than the US. He's figuring out the US, but his bread and butter, his specialty is the UK boxing market, right? So I guess he's going to gravitate more towards what he's familiar with. And I think with, Conor Benn selling 70,000 back-to-back with Chris Eubank and shit like that, and, Conor Benn being the son of a legend and things of that nature, he's going to try to keep Conor Benn on the winning column, because as long as he's doing that, he's going to be bringing home a nice little check. You feel what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis, he's not as popular in the U.S. like Conor Benn is in the UK. So he's not going to want to cash Conor Benn out, because he understands that when Conor Benn loses, his value decreases each and every time. So I feel like if Eddie Hearn really prioritized Boots, then he would have gave him the Conor Benn fight. He would have really tried to be making these big fights for him, but instead, and when you look at what Eddie Hearn was doing, Eddie Hearn, before Conor Benn backstabbed him, he was trying to get him a fight with Rolly Romero, trying to get him a fight with the winner of Barrios and Ryan. You know what I'm saying? He was locking him into a world title shot right away, while Boots got to sit here and figure out who his next opponent is going to be. Boots is in one of the most action-packed divisions in the sport of boxing, and he cannot find a fucking credible opponent.
Yeah, but he also just turned down a fight with Lewis Crocker.
Yeah, he did. But guess what? You know why?
That's
You know why Conor Benn could turn down the Lewis Crocker fight? Because he got the Rolly fight. He had the Rolly fight there. He had the fucking Ryan Garcia fight there. And you don't got to deal with no rehydration clause. And he ain't got to deal with no rehydration clause when he just fought at 60 his last two fights, and it hasn't been at 47 in like 4 years. So
right.
if you boil it back down to 47 when you haven't been there in 4 years, I don't really think you want a rehydration clause. But Lewis Crocker literally wasn't the only option. So he had every reason to be like, fuck Lewis Crocker. I'll go ahead and fight Rolly for the WBA where there's no rehydration clause, or I could fight Ryan Garcia where there's no rehydration clause. So I guess he weighed his options and felt like Lewis Crocker wasn't his best interest. I get it. I feel like Conor Benn beat Lewis Crocker anyway. You know what I mean? That's just me. I was watching Lewis Crocker. He got like some, decent counter. He got a sneaky left hook, good counter punching and shit like that. But Lewis Crocker, I ain't gonna lie, he trash.
Right.
Super trash. Like he do not need no belt around his waist. And I think Eddie know that, so that's why Eddie like trying to keep him.
Who the fuck did he beat for that belt anyway?
I think he had the interim. And then he got elevated like Boots did. I think that's what happened. But he ain't beat nobody, not nobody that we know. You know what I'm saying? I think he beat like Patty Donovan or some shit back to back. No, he actually fought for the vacant belt. So what happened was he beat Patty Donovan the first time, and then when Boots vacated, they put that belt up for the, Crocker and Patty. But like, nigga, nobody know motherfucking patty cake, nigga. Ain't nobody know where that nigga. No, ain't nobody worried about patty cake. Fuck you mean? But anyways, to go answer your question this thing, I'm sorry. I think Braidman is right in terms of Boots has never been the priority for Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn doesn't prioritize based off of skill set and potential. Eddie Hearn prioritizes the UK boxers because that's the market that he understands the most, and he understands that the UK fighters will be a bigger draw in his country than US fighters will be in their country. Simple. So yeah, Boots has never been the priority. But if Boots' name was like fucking, if Boots' name was what's them UK names over there? This motherfucking name was Walter Walter Scott or some shit. That motherfucker would have been an absolute megastar over there. He would have prioritized Boots' name if his name was Walter Scott or fucking whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not the reality. And in turn, to answer that last question, should he leave Matchroom? I'm gonna say this: he just signed an extension with him, so it's gonna be a while before he do that. If Eddie Hearn isn't able to give Boots what he needs or capable of getting him the big fights and taking him to the next level, what's the point of him being there? Simple. Can Eddie Hearn get what Boots is looking for? Can he get him the world title? Boots' main objective right now is to get all the belts at 54. Eddie Hearn put him in position to do that.
Right, his mission is to go undisputed.
Right. So Eddie Hearn understands, and as a promoter, he should be looking to do that. What's the status with the WBA, man? Xander Zayas don't got a fight lined up right now. He just won the belt off of a Baz Barao. Jerron Ennis is the WBC interim champ. What can the WBA do? I mean, the WBA interim champ. I think that's what I meant to say. Is there something they could do where they could reach out to the WBA and possibly get Xander to, mandate Xander to fight Boots? Is that possible? Xander was just saying how Josh Kelly don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney was looking at as an option. He about to lock in with Rolly. I just text Rolly earlier. I said, "Yo, this shit with Dev real?" He said, "I hope so." So he just seemed interested. You good though, son?
What happened?
No, I was asking. You good?
Yeah, I'm chilling. I was reading the comments. I zoned out for like a split second though. No.
It's cool. I'm about to wrap up soon. I ain't gonna lie. But I said Boots gotta go to the board of governors to get approval. Man, niggas gotta make that shit happen, bro. Vergil cooked. Like, it's not happening. Niggas need to let that shit go. Like, I appreciate Boots' patience, his dedication to making the fight happen. Like, I see that effort. I appreciate it. Bro, that shit's over with. That we don't know when Vergil about to come back. He probably gonna have to sit down for a year and a half, 2 years. We don't know.
Yeah, I bet you can ask. You can ask Boots right now. Yo, when's the Vergil fight gonna happen? He's probably gonna tell you, yeah, we in a few weeks. He's been saying that shit for like 3 months.
Yo, Boots dead ass been saying that. He like fingers crossed. Bro, uncross them motherfuckers, bro. Put your head straight out. Man, we don't gotta do this no more. Just separate them fingers, bro. It's cool. Like,
yeah, crack your knuckles, bro.
Crack your knuckles, bro. Stretch your hands, bro. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga, you're gonna have to get comfortable, Boots, because Vergil gonna be sitting down for a long time.
Do some random shit. Throw a 2-1. Like, come on,
go
bro.
ahead and just look in a different direction, bro. Well, if Vergil come back around soon, you can explore that later down the line. The timing ain't right. Man. It is what it is. But like I said, shout out to Frank for that super chat, and my apologies for not getting to the super chat right away. For some reason, it doesn't show. Like I see the regular comments, but whenever it's a super chat, it logs into a different section of the comments. So it says live, and then the other side says starred. All the super chats are considered starred. So it's like some fucking weird update they did where I don't see the super chats on the live chat. I had to, frequently check the star column to see if somebody sent something. But regardless, shout out to the singer. Shout out to shout out to you for reminding me too. I probably would have skipped over it. Anyways, what I want to, wrap up this live with, is this whole situation that's going on with the Ring magazine, right? We've been criticizing the Ring magazine lately because of how they're pretty much, Eddie Hearn, not Eddie Hearn, Turki Alalshikh is pretty much weaponizing, the Ring magazine to push, propaganda that benefits him and what he currently has going on, right? So the last time he went on there, what was chat? Remind me, what was Ring magazine airing somebody out about? What was it? Oh yeah, there was airing out Frank Warren. So they was like, oh, they going, we cut them off, and now they struggling financially, and they ticket sales are doing poor, and a lot of that shit was, neutralized real quick. It was, proven to be dead wrong because the tickets weren't even on sale to begin with, and then when people did their research, they found out that Frank Warren had made an 8-figure profit, that year. So it just sounded like Ring Magazine was being used as a platform to spread false information, and as a result of that, it's like you kind of lose credibility in a way. When you're supposed to be the Bible of boxing, you're supposed to, hold true to that. You're supposed to be providing some sort of factual information, unbiased, objective, narratives, I guess you would say, objective, pieces, objective point of views. And it seems like ever since Turki Alalshikh had taken over the Ring magazine, he's been using it as a way to control the boxing world, its fans, and all of that good stuff. So let's see what Turki Alalshikh just put right here. And we're going to tap in because I seen some comments that made me laugh. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen for the people to see. And this is a picture of Turki Alalshikh and Eddie Hearn. It says, while speaking to the ring, Turki Alalshikh said, Eddie Hearn, come and put your head on the chest of your father. Okay. I will give you a warm hug. The world is filled with evil people. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Turkey's horny.
This nigga told Turki to lay his head on his chest. No, this nigga told Eddie to lay his head on his chest, and how he'll give him a warm hug.
Yeah, he's horny.
I don't really understand that. I don't know what he's talking about. What is Eddie going through that you feel like he deserves that? Like I don't get it. To me, it comes across as like some competition between the two. They making moves in order to, get off on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn attempting to do the same thing. Just sounds like competition to me. But according to Turki Alalshikh, and I don't even. This is another thing. Why Turki Alalshikh felt the need to speak out against Eddie Hearn because he signed Tom Aspinall? Is that why? Like, what made you say that? Can anybody in the chat tell me why what made him say that? This nigga Beth Daniel said Turki wants a freak off boxing edition. That's crazy. That's crazy. Probably do. I heard about them Saudis, but they be flying the women out the do.
Bro, that nigga Turkey be gripping niggas' thighs and shit when he's sitting next to niggas ringside.
Holding niggas' hands and shit.
Yeah, bro. Dinner with niggas.
Who said T Diddy? This nigga Tricks tripping. Nigga, your name Tricks. You can't even be calling niggas T Diddy.
Yeah, Tricks. Oh, God. Yo, change that ASAP. Like, right now.
Your name start with a T and you calling niggas T Diddy. That's crazy.
Nigga, changer, you're getting 10-second timeout.
Hell Buzz hand. Oh,
Nigga,
man.
Turki Alla horny.
Turki Alla. What?
Bro, that nigga be horny. Bro, that nigga be horny as fuck holding niggas' hands.
Nigga be bricked up whenever he be touching them niggas' hands, boy.
Yo, that nigga shaved his face, looked like a whole ball sack, nigga. Bro, that nigga was wild.
And I think that's even against Islam to be doing that. Like I heard, like you couldn't even do that. I heard you can't even shave your beard. As a matter of fact, I remember when I had shaved mine in the summer and shit. My one Muslim homie, he replied to my story. He said haram. I was like, what? He was like haram, which means like something
That's
that's
bad.
forbidden in Islam.
Yeah, it's forbidden.
So I'm like, what is it? You can't shave your beard, bro. I'm like, nigga, I ain't Muslim. Fuck. So I was confused.
I'm
But I
pretty
said
sure.
Turkey had a clean shave.
I'm pretty positive you could trim your beard. You know, that maybe. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
fully
I'm not.
aware.
I don't know. They got a lot of different rules and shit like that they follow. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still doing my knowledge. You know.
Yeah. I learned a lot about it, but I know for certain that it is forbidden in Islam to shave your beard. I know that for a fact. But it is what it is. I ain't about to talk about that's between him and Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, real quick, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what I said in the chat about Paulie? Well,
No, whatever.
Paulie said that Tiger would beat the crap out of Ben. Feel like that's fact.
Berlanga will beat the crap out of what? Conor Benn?
No. Tiger.
Who?
Tiger. John would beat the crap out of.
You breaking up, bro?
You heard what I said?
No.
He said that. Paulie said that Tiger Johnson would beat the crap out of.
Tiger Johnson will beat the crap out of who?
Conor Benn.
Conor Benn?
Yeah, that's what Paulie said.
He probably would, bro. Conor Benn not like that, bro.
What I'm saying,
not like that. I know you was happy as shit to hear that.
Hell yeah, I was happy as shit to hear that.
Look. These niggas, somebody edited the Ring magazine and wrote the Turkey. That nigga's stupid, bro. Somebody by the name of Rocky Ali said Turkey and Dana are two of them. They're also destroying Ring's credibility, just a propaganda outlet. Ring belts should be boycotted as it is a corrupt organization. See? Somebody wrote haram. Look, from Jagar Talk. Look at him. James Becker said Turkey basically owns Eddie Hearn at this point. He naming himself a father. That's what Hearn gets for embarrassing himself. Let me see. There's a whole bunch of different comments. Interesting. Somebody wrote terrible. The Ring magazine has become trash. The integrity died the day Oscar sold it to this fucking prick Turkey. God damn.
God damn. Who said prick?
Somebody by the name of Jay. He said the integrity died the day Oscar sold it to this fucking prick Turkey.
I'm blind as shit. Okay, I can't see that shit.
Yo, this is funny as shit. Hype up Conor Benn. Announce fight that doesn't make sense. Let fake tough guy, Mr. Barcode Versace, host a podcast. Yo, that boy, I'm trying to tell you, that boy's a fucking weirdo too, man. Whatever that dude name is, that Mr. Versace nigga, white boy swear he got. That's his name?
Rick Reno, yeah, that nigga's a
Rick
bitch.
Reno. He's a fucking weirdo. Nigga built like Beetlejuice. Swear he got swag. Like, bro, go ahead, bro. Like, you corny as shit. Don't nobody want to see your ugly ass on no podcast, bro.
He be talking about fucking nothing too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like you don't bring no flavor to the sport, nigga. You fucking uncultured swine. Get the fuck up out of the sport of boxing, you stubby bitch. Fuck Rick Reno. He's super weird. Like, you just Mr. Versace. What the fuck does that mean, nigga?
Nigga's Mr. Dick Eater.
Fucking weirdo. Super ugly nigga. Like, I see why you gotta get dressed all the time. You don't get no hoes, nigga. Look at this shit. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Oh my god. Dano is so cool with that too. Hey.
Bro, what the fuck? Bro,
I
I'm
heard
trying to
like in
tell you
their
something.
country that's like a thing of respect and all that. Like, I get it. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. That nigga look like he about to lick the shit out of the toilet seat. No cap. Turkey look like he about to lick the shit out of somebody's toilet seat, boy.
Yo, bro. He look like he was on the island.
Ah, shit. This nigga tweaking. Said Dougie Fisher, you ruined Ring Magazine by being a Saudi puppet. You make me sick. Ring is done at this point. This account was much better when it was Michael Benson's account. This media is all propaganda, and this journalists are all now selling the script. Bro, wasn't I telling y'all this shit? Yo, wasn't I telling y'all this shit about Max Kellerman, bro? When this nigga was over here, because I remember Max Kellerman, he used to be bigging up the world titles, bro. He has WBC. He got this title. Soon as this nigga went over to Inside the Ring, he act like none of the titles mattered. He act like none of the titles matter, and the only one that truly stood the test of time was the Ring Magazine, and that you aren't a true champion if you never had the Ring Magazine. How the fuck can you say that, Max?
Max, bro, Max sold out.
Anonymous niggas been calling out Max for selling out, though, Mark. I'm saying, though, I was saying that when he first got with the ring. Soon as he started I said this a while back, too. When he was talking that shit saying, oh, you like basically like these other sanctioning bodies, you know what I mean? They don't hold the same credibility as the Ring Magazine. Then why don't you need the Ring Magazine? If it's such a significant belt, why don't you don't need the Ring Magazine in order to become undisputed? When we mention the 4 major belts, we don't bring up the Ring Magazine. But Max Kellerman out here just pushing this notion that if you never had the Ring Magazine, you weren't truly the best. You weren't truly a champion. Like, what the fuck? Since when? But then I'm like, bro, he works for them, so of course he's gonna read the script that they giving him. I get it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting, that was the main belt, was the Ring Magazine belt. But still, bro, that's not today's
Times have
boxing.
changed. And then at
Right,
one point
times
they only had
changed,
one
bro.
belt.
Yeah,
at one point in time they only had one belt. We in a 4-belt era now.
Yeah, I think that one belt was the Ring Mag.
Yeah, but when you mention the 4 belts, you talking about the WBC, the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have them 4 belts, you're not undisputed. Simple. And motherfuckers know that shit because don't Jai Opetaia got the Ring Magazine belt? Why, if he truly felt like he was the champion of the division, why is he attempting to unify? Everybody knows that that's a fucking crock of shit, bro.
Yo, and then the Ring Magazine, I mean, the Ring Magazine's on some WBC shit, just making belts. Like, what the fuck was that the belt that said undisputed on? That shit was butt.
That shit.
It was chips, bro.
They changed when Turkey bought the Ring Magazine, he changed the whole belt up. And the belt looked way better back when Oscar had it. That shit all big and bulky now.
It's ugly as fuck.
Well, yeah, you fucked the whole game up. Like, some shit don't need to be changed, bro. Just because you bought it don't mean everything need to be switched up. I mean, sometimes, you know, the original is better.
That nigga does look like he about to lick somebody's toilet seat.
That nigga look like he about to sniff the shit out some drawers, bro. Quick, too.
Yo, you remember when Mr. Crab went on a panty raid?
You're gonna miss out on the panty raid. Yeah.
Yo, sure. Bro, that show wasn't for kids. I don't give a fuck.
He looked like when Mr. Krabs came out his shell. You remember that shit?
Yeah. That's a bad job.
He was like, stop! Don't look at me. That nigga was
Don't
ashamed.
look at me.
Yeah. Nigga looked all fucking soggy and old.
Nigga looks like Bubble Bass.
You forgot the pickles. Yeah. He tripping.
Nah,
Anyway,
right there, he look like Man Ray.
yo, so some drop shot says Zuffa is good for boxing. Why the hate? You just want all these fraud promoters and people like you to still take advantage of the fighters because you without structure frauds could eat. I feel sorry for you. First of all, I love when niggas say shit like they fucking know who I am. You don't even know who the fuck you talking to. So why you even making assumptions that I rock with this and I rock with that? I said I see why a lot of people because you know you gotta slow down for niggas. You said I debated you before and you never cooked me a day in your life, nigga. You never cooked me a day in your life, but you could come on if you want to, if you want to try your hand. And I bet I'll fuck you up on here.
Yo, put you on the screen only and debate that nigga. Fuck that nigga. Let's fuck that nigga. He's wild.
Tripping. I don't know who the fuck he talking to. You never debated me in your life, nigga. Fuck you talking about. But anyways, he said Zuffa is good for boxing. I never had a problem with that. I said Zuffa definitely has this spot for some people. And I said that Zuffa's taking advantage with a lot of people. What a lot of people don't really have available as of right now. They keeping fighters busy. They have a network deal for one, so you're gonna get that exposure. They keeping fighters busy. And from what I heard Robert Garcia and all of them say, they said that they getting paid pretty well. These lower class fighters, they getting paid really well in comparison to what they were getting when they were with certain promoters. If it works, it works. Zuffa is a new concept. They haven't even had that many events yet. So for you to assume that Zuffa is good for boxing when they're relatively unproven, like you jumping the gun. Chat, isn't it too early to say whether Zuffa is good for boxing or not? Aren't they still
way too early?
Idea?
Way too early.
Yeah, like we don't really know like where they're gonna go, what they've done. Like I haven't seen any major moves be made with Zuffa boxing yet. So for you to assume that Zuffa is good for boxing when they haven't even really established themselves yet, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm gonna say that, and he said this part right here. He says, to still take advantage of the fighters because without structure, frauds can eat. I'm gonna tell you this right now: the whole game full of frauds. All these frauds eating, and you know what? All these niggas in the boxing game is frauds. These fighters be frauds. These managers be frauds, skimming the, scraping shit off the top of these niggas' checks. These promoters be frauds. So what the fuck? Like all these niggas is crooks. All these niggas is snakes. All these niggas taking advantage of each other. But if you don't if you don't understand the sport of boxing, it's easy for you to say shit like this. You sound really loud and dumb as shit. The main objective for these fighters when they sign with these promoters is to get as much money off of these promoters as possible. When it comes to promoters, the promoter's job is to make as much money off of the fighters as possible while paying them the least amount of money as possible. The fucking promoter's job is also to get as much money off of these networks as they can. And these networks just hoping that they get some type of return on investment, you know what I'm saying, by giving these motherfuckers however much they looking for. They all have their ways. They all are finding ways to finesse each other.
This nigga's talking about some bullshit. People what he just said.
Yeah, he sounds just like that dickhead that was that got kicked out the last time. That boy from Saudi Arabia. Yo, bro, just take a, you know what I mean? Just keep looking at the sky, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for them drones, bro. That's the shit that you gotta worry about. You spending so much time looking down, typing and shit. You ain't even looking to see if that drone passed by your crib. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be on point, brother. Shit kind of crucial over there right now.
Fuck around, you gonna run into a Modern Warfare 3 juggernaut, nigga.
That's clearly him. This nigga said, "Get down or lay down." Nigga, you better get down before that drone come in. I should come ass. What
You
you
don't want to
talking
see
about,
that.
nigga?
You don't want to see that fucking Dorito hit that sky, nigga. That mean, nigga.
Yeah, like I'm telling him this is a newfound concept, and he just automatically supporting it. It's like that's like the equivalent of just meeting a bitch and be like, yo, she the one, she loyal. You don't even know the bitch. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro, in 5 years, yo, she'll be a wife. You don't know the bitch, bro. You over here jumping to conclusions and you acting like you know this person. In reality, you don't. You let it marinate, my nigga. You might be right, but you gotta give it time. Time is gonna tell all.
Mm-hmm.
He said just hating and expecting people to agree with him just because they're the same color as him. That's racist.
What? Oh yeah, that's definitely that nigga. Yo,
That
bro.
nigga's a weirdo, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Like this nigga gotta be drinking. What? I thought you couldn't drink out there in Saudi Arabia, bro. That nigga off something.
Yo, watch out for that Dorito, nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, if the sun comes out at 11 p.m., nigga.
Yo, if it's nice and sunny at 12 in the morning, you better duck, nigga.
Yo, that's where the fuck's he gonna duck to? He could run for miles. He ain't gonna go nowhere. He's gonna get fucking reduced to shit. Nigga, just chill out
It's
over there,
cool,
bro.
bro. You
Yeah,
won't feel it, bro. You gonna evaporate.
yeah,
You know what I'm
you gonna
saying?
fucking disintegrate. In the blink of an eye, you're gonna turn to shit. Yo, chill out.
You peep he ain't come on the he ain't click the link. Oh ass.
Right, click the link, nigga.
Click
Sent you
the
the
link,
link, nigga.
stupid. I got time, stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got like another half hour. I'll be on here another half hour. You wanna come through?
got some
You wanna come through?
frustration to let out, so pull up.
Yeah, man.
Cook you with just facts.
Toledo Trice says Zuffa is basically Pro Box with $1 million budget. Shout out to Pro Box. They doing their
But
thing, bro.
but
I
Pro Box
see
doing their thing, and it's
Pro Box just did Najee Lopez versus Manuel Gallegos. The boy that Khalil Cole had lost to, and then Khalil stopped him with a jab. That shit, right? That's a hell of a fight. That's a hell of a fight. I got Najee stopping him. That's a hell of a fight, bro.
man, I want to see Tiger
I
get back in
really
the
like
ring, bro.
Najee Lopez. I really like Najee. He could fight. That kid is a problem.
I'm trying to see Tiger get back in the mix, bro. Facts.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
bro, fight Ryan.
he's still recovering and all that. You know what I'm saying? So once he do that, that's not funny.
Nah, what's the we call it, nigga? Fight Ryan. Oh bullshit. That's
Tiger?
easy. Yeah, easy money. Easy money. Easy money. I don't see it. I mean, unless he get clipped with a left hook, that's it.
He said you have blocked me from StreamYards. Yep, so that is him.
Block him, see if you can.
Ben, guess let me see. Where he at? I just unblocked you, bro.
Come back on, bro.
Yeah, come back on. Now what? I bet you this him. You a fucking weirdo, nigga. Hold on.
Yo, put just you on the
I
camera so you
just
don't.
unbanned you. So go ahead and come on here. No, Najee Lopez, Najee versus Whitaker. I think Najee more polished than Ben Whitaker. I ain't gonna lie. But I knew that was because he really a hoe. He act like a straight bitch. He act like a woman. But you blocked me. You blocked me. Nobody want to hear your stank ass talk, nigga. Niggas be in their feelings. See, that's how you know he a hoe. Yo, what you want, man? Why
Can you
you in
take
your,
the heat?
why you so worried about my opinion and what I got going on?
First of all, can you take the heat?
What?
Can you take the heat?
Can I take
Because
the hit?
the heat,
Can I take the hate?
the heat. I'm going all in. I'm telling you like it is. I look. You say why you coming here? No. Okay. You say why?
You ain't doing shit, nigga. I ain't worried about none of you talking about. Fuck you mean? Can I take
No.
the heat?
I'm not threatening you.
Yo, didn't you say that I would never disrespect you to your face? Did you say that? I will beat the shit out you in real life. Like I will fuck you up.
Face to face. Why? What did I do to you?
No, because you and I said that because you told me that I would never disrespect you to your face. You said that. And I'm telling you, now that you
because
hear
I'm
me,
not going
I will
to
beat
allow
the
that.
shit out you in real life. That's what I'm
I
telling
have
you.
dignity. Okay.
That's cool. I do too, but don't make it seem like you would make me like look like a bitch or something if we was to be face to face. That'll never happen.
Yeah, you just went political when you can't win an argument. It's okay.
You had to kill me before you ever make me look like a bitch, nigga. You crazy?
Okay, and you also. It's same to you. If you're gonna disrespect me, I'm gonna defend myself. No, I'm not just gonna lay down for you just because.
You would lay down, but it's cool. It's cool.
No, I won't. Believe me. I have dignity. I will die before I lay down somebody.
You can't fight. You can't fight.
Nigga, yo, Mark, chill, because
it's not about.
You gonna swing that nigga, gonna pull a string on his chest, nigga.
Okay. You just come with this hate energy. Okay, you're funny because look, I respect you.
That's code
what
word.
is
That's
your
code names.
Mazuma, Mark, I respect you. You said why you coming to my channel? You know why I come to your channel?
Because you fuck with it. Because you a fan.
Yeah, you know why? Because I like your takes. You're a good.
So why you in your feelings about what I be saying?
No, because you didn't want to be challenged. Okay, look, I went yesterday.
I bring people on the channel. I had people coming on here debating me the other day. Like, what you mean? I don't want to.
I know, but look, last time I come in. Look, just give me a chance. Last time I come in, I didn't see your saying that it's private, the StreamYard. So I join in, and you kick me out. I said maybe there is something wrong with my phone because I'm not used to StreamYard. Then I come back in. Then you kick me out and you say, "What the fuck? This weird ass dude coming here," and you start insulting me for no reason. I said, "Okay, let me explain myself." You didn't give me a chance, and you say, so I said, I dare you to say that to my face because you are saying
that's where I don't know where you from.
Would you go to disrespect somebody that didn't do anything for you just because you are tough?
No, it don't got nothing to do with being tough. I'm not a tough motherfucker. What I'm telling you is, I don't know where you from, but when you say shit like that, you pretty much asking to fight. That's what you're doing. Where I'm from in Philadelphia, if you say, yo, you wouldn't dare disrespect me to my face, you pretty much putting the bait out there. Like you pretty much saying like shoulda go left if you were to disrespect me. You not
imagine somebody discuss. Look, I talk to you with all respect. You can see my life before. You can see my life before. I come to here and
I don't need to. You came to my platform. I don't care.
Yeah, I came to your platform. Did I disrespect you when I came last time? When I talked, you said it.
This fucking guy. What you gotta say, bro?
I'm not gonna say. I'll say I went to BTFT, the best channel. You know him?
No.
There is a channel called BFTB, I think.
Okay.
Best fighting the best. So I went to him and I had a long debate with him. It's okay. The thing with you is like, okay, I like your chill vibe and all these things. However, I'm not against you. Why you are trying to make me an enemy just because I have different opinion than you? I rock with Zuffa.
It got nothing to do with that.
I rock with Zuffa. So what's then you said watch the sky. I said, why you make it political? You know you are in the wrong here. You know. inside yourself, on the ring. I didn't come. Did I call your people? Did I say, okay, because you're black, you are this, this, and this? No. You said no because you live there. Watch out the sky, trying to be edgy and something like this. Look, I respect people. This is what my parents taught me. If you do this and talk to like this in front of my face, I won't allow it. I'm telling you. That's it. All respect, all thing for you. Nothing to worry. Okay, that's it. That's that. I just want to explain myself because you are trying to make me an evil person, betraying me as like somebody I'm not.
Okay.
And also talking about like something when I just only said, okay, Zuffa is good, you are starting to insult right away. I think you have some issue, not me.
I have an issue?
Yeah, you have some issue because if I disagree with you, you said, okay, because you are Saudi, you are siding with Zuffa or something like this.
No, let's retreat. Let's go back to your first comment, okay? Let's go back to your first comment because we got it right here. So you said Zuffa is good for boxing. So first of all, you made another channel, so you're a cornball for that.
No, I have this channel, but I want to open a gaming channel. That's why I called.
Okay, so you didn't make a new channel to comment on my channel, right?
No, I didn't give a fuck about your
I was
channel.
about to say because if you did that, you're a weirdo. But it says
you will see. I will drop some video on this channel if you watch it. Just subscribe to it and see.
I'll think about it. Zuffa is good for boxing. Why the hate? So where did I hate with Zuffa, brother? What did I say on this live that I said that I hate Zuffa? Explain that.
You hate the idea of Zuffa.
No, I don't. What did I say? What did I say?
You said they shouldn't change anything. They should keep it the same. They should. Who want this Zuffa belt and Ring magazine? You have to have like a vision and for the future.
Why? Because wasn't their whole thing was eliminate all the belts. Let's just get one belt.
Yes,
then we just want one belt, so they're adding another one.
Yeah, it's Zuffa and Ring magazine. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is the fight is inside the promotion. You see the problem happening with Boots? It won't happen in Zuffa. If all fighter under Zuffa, Boots will be the best and will proving to be that.
You're not gonna get everybody under one brand. This ain't.
It will happen in 5 years. Money talks, man.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, just because I'm saying Zuffa is shit right now. I know it's not that great. Zuffa right now.
What's so ironic is you bringing up fraud promoters. Do you know Dana White's history?
I know, but I'm talking about without structure.
And who runs Zuffa?
Okay, Dana White. I know.
All right, so you over here talking about all these fraud promoters, and you want no structure so frauds can eat. Dana White will be one of the frauds that's eating off of this company. He's getting sued for hundreds of millions of dollars. He just had to settle out of court. He just lost. No, he ain't settled. He actually lost a lawsuit for millions of dollars.
Yeah, the UFC.
He was going through with the UFC. So you want to bring that fraud over to boxing, and you're talking about that fraud. You just want all these fraud promoters. It's another fucking fraud promoter. When the fuck Dana White ever been truthful? When he ever been genuine?
Okay, change the face of Dana and if I put Mazuma, the head
for boxing, that's your prerogative. You could do whatever you want. You could rock with whoever you want. I
have logical reason for my ideas.
Okay, and I'm giving you legit. Then you just contradict yourself with this statement, though.
I will tell you why.
No, but you contradicted yourself with this statement.
Dana White, I know, I told you, he's a fraud. Doesn't mean that the structure, the whole idea is wrong.
You said that this is what you wrote right here. You just want all these fraud promoters and people like you. So who's people like me? What am I?
The people that blend in. They are not a promoter. They are not fighters. They are in the middleman. If there is a structure, like what the UFC.
So I'm a middleman.
Like a trainer, I know. But watch the UFC. Have you know the training camp, how they go in the UFC? There is like PI, Performance Institute, and there is like trainers, and you are integrated into this system. It's not like free for all. Okay, I have this connection, I need this fighter. Maybe you will become the best trainer there, okay, because you have the talent, the qualification for it. But because you are like on this free for all, the people with more connection gets the best trainer jobs on like this, connection. What I'm saying is, I know Dana White is a fraud. I know he has history with this issue, but I'm talking about the structure of the company, the idea behind the company. Right now, it's bad, but let me tell you something. You have to have like something called vision. I understand. Do you think boxing right now will be with the same system is good for boxing in the long run? Even though you know yourself, Mizuma, if you like boxing, you know the view rate is dropping bad for over the last 20 years. After Floyd Mayweather, that's the peak of boxing, then it dropped down. Nobody watching boxing like they used to. Boxing used to be the best sport in combat sport. Now UFC is challenging that in view rate. So if you want really, if you think about it and you want the best for boxing, you want it to be structured, not like this. Because Mizuma, maybe someone like you or someone become talented, but he cannot get a job. He cannot prove his talent, maybe. Because you know why? Because it's free for all. There is no structure. But if there is structure, the cream will rise to the top. Boots Ennis will be the best. People who really have skills will get the most money. And imagine Boots like having these skills, and at the end of the day, he retired without like
15 million, bro. They not getting
at first you have to overpay people. At first, you have to overpay people. This is the business in every aspect of life. If you are a new competitor,
with these niggas, man. Turki been doing business with them. Why he overpaying them now?
No, because there is something. There is a cost to the contract. You have to pay for, which is the contract.
Have paid based off of their skills. Conor Benn just got 15 M's to fucking fight. Read this program, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to overpay people because the contract is closed. You cannot fight outside the Zuffa. So you have to overpay people. Other contract with Eddie Hearn can make a fight with another promoter, right? They can come together and agree on something, right? But in Zuffa, you have to fight inside. So there is like a limited freedom.
I want to know why you so big on Zuffa, but they haven't shown you shit yet.
Because I know the model. I seen it in the UFC,
where fighters are getting seriously underpaid, while the corporate guys is getting the majority of the bread. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're seeing.
Okay, I know.
That's gonna work in boxing. You think that method gonna work in boxing? Pay these fighters less. Don't give them they can't have no sponsorship or endorsements on their trunks and all of that shit. They could. Do you think that's gonna happen in boxing?
Okay, can I ask you one question? How many fighters have entered your gym and they didn't become something? They didn't get anything for it. How many? They are the majority, right?
I love how you never answer my questions, though.
I will tell you. I will come to you, but just let me know.
No, but I asked the question first, so we're not on your.
Yeah, it will work. I will tell you why. How many fighters?
So he's okay with fighters being underpaid while
no. Don't say something I didn't say.
Yes, you did. Because I said, you talking about the same UFC that underpays all of their fighters, where a lot of them, after they get cut from the UFC, have to fucking fight Jake Paul to recoup on all the money that they lost being mixed martial artists. You're talking about that system is going to work in boxing. You said, yes, it's going to work, and I'm going to tell you why. So based off of you saying that you are okay with these fighters being a part of a system where they're being seriously underpaid for their efforts while the higher-ups get all of the bread.
No, because your information is misleading. Because it's not the complete picture.
Bro,
you are looking at that. You are looking at the You are looking at the five.
Have been talking about being underpaid for years.
Yo, and to add to what you said,
they are right. Also, they are underpaid. But look, you are looking at the 5%, the top class. Okay,
bro.
You are not looking for.
Rampage Jackson was talking about how UFC stole the Reebok deal from him, bro. Like they
Yeah,
stole
Rumble
everybody,
Jackson
and
is
he got fucked over as a result of that. Like they all been speaking about it. All you gotta do is do the fucking knowledge. Go look at these interviews and
no.
go see what they
You
talk
have
about.
okay. You are.
Sugar Sean
That's what I.
O'Malley just came out and was like, damn, like what the fuck? Like I'm in the UFC. I don't get paid nowhere near what Conor Benn is getting paid. I want 15 million. Israel Adesanya just came out. Damn, he getting 15 million. Shit, I want
Can I
15 million.
talk?
I did more than him. Like all them UFC dudes, they in their feelings because they don't see no real fucking money.
Yo, and I was gonna say this, right?
Can I
Why the
explain
fuck
myself?
hold on. Why is a nigga like Dana White getting his nose into boxing? Why the fuck couldn't Turkey help him with the UFC shit? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't he help promote the UFC like I was doing and pay them
Bro,
niggas
Dana
out
White
money?
tried to come into boxing before, but when he tried these fucking tactics that he currently doing right now, it didn't work because he didn't have the fucking money to keep up. So now he
Yeah, he
trying to
didn't
push
have the
the
money,
UFC
right?
system. When he pushing his UFC system with Turki Alalshikh money, you know what I'm saying? Now he's able to, have more leverage to get through because he's not spending his own bread. But it's not gonna
Mark.
work. It's
Okay,
not gonna work.
Mark. If you
It's
want me to explain yourself, or you want just to tell me what I should think,
I'm
can I
not
tell
telling
you
you
my?
what I should think. I'm not telling you what you should think. I'm telling you that you're wrong.
Okay, I will
And
tell
then
you.
you
Let me
you
explain
try to
myself. Maybe I'm wrong and you are right. But at the end of the day, we agree to disagree. But let me explain myself first. Give me the chance. Okay.
Go.
Okay. How many fighters they live their life? They sacrifice their life for boxing and everything, and they didn't get nothing for it. How many? It's
a
the
lot.
majority of people. 90%. The only the cream rise to the top. This ranked fighter gets better and better and get money. But during this journey, like a fighter like boxing, but he doesn't have the talent. He has the heart, everything. But he reached like a certain stage, and there he has no promoters. He has nothing, and he then go out of boxing with like health issue, brain damage, and he gets nothing for his career and the sacrifice he put into boxing. Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, in the UFC model, the fighters from the beginning get what they call it. They get more money than boxing at the beginning stage until they reach like a top class. When they reach a top class, this is where boxing become better than MMA in terms of payouts. Okay, when fighters start, they get like 12,000. Okay, when they get entry level in the UFC. Okay, these things 24,000. How many fighters have you heard that at the beginning of their boxing career they have to pay money to get fights? They have to lose money to get fights. So I'm telling you, if you are looking at the top picture, which is the people who are well known, okay, you are right. Some fighters are
You know
really
why that's
underpaid.
not fair though? You know why
Why?
that's not fair though? Because the UFC is literally like the top organization in mixed martial arts. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't get into the UFC unless you are already elite. They don't. If you peep a lot of these MMA fighters that they sign, they already made like mixed martial artists before they get signed. It's rare that they build fighters from the ground up in the UFC. A lot of
Right.
times they already got records. They came from smaller promotional companies and shit like that. You're comparing them to small time boxers that are performing on small stages with small promoters. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course, the small fighters with the small promoters aren't going to be making as much as the fucking United. I mean, not the United, the Ultimate Fight Championship, whatever the fuck the UFC stands for.
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighting Championship. So of course, these small fighters that are fighting for these small promoters aren't going to be generating the same revenue as the Ultimate Fighting Championship, where they're literally worth about $1 billion. Two totally different organizations. Now, when you take a high-end organization in boxing and compare them to the UFC, the fighters that are with the PBC, when Al Heyman was out here snapping, they was getting paid way more than the UFC guys. When Matchroom, when he's paying his fighters, they getting paid more than these UFC fighters. Golden Boy, them fighters over there, especially when they got big fights on them, they making more money than the UFC fighters. So
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. It's cool when you're comparing the UFC, the biggest fucking MMA company in the world, when you're comparing them to smaller guys that are fighting for small promotional companies and they only making like, I'll tell you right now, I know all about this shit. These small promoters, a lot of these fighters only making like $3,000, $5,000, $1,000. You know what I'm saying? But I know people that's been fighting on undercards for like top rank. Like Floyd Mayweather, he made $50,000 in his pro debut.
Yeah, because he has like a potential and has Olympic pedigree or
Right,
something
right.
like
But
that.
top rank is like a high level fight company, just like the UFC is. How many fucking UFC fighters are making $50,000 in their UFC debut? It's not that many.
Okay, I let me. There is like a difference. Some people think UFC is the sport itself. It's MMA, and
No,
UFC is
I
one
know.
promotion.
That's why I made it clear. It's the biggest company in MMA.
Yeah. Okay, since you get this point, okay, each weight class in the UFC has 15 ranked fighters and over like, let's say, I will say 50 unranked fighters in the same weight class, okay? Now in boxing, the only, like, each weight class has like 10 well-known fighters, and the other fighters are like severely underpaid. Okay. Now, if you go to the UFC with the same thinking point that you just explained, go to fighters rank number 60. Okay. See how much he gets and go to the same weight class in boxing and go to fighter number 60 and see how much he makes. This is what my point is. It's not about, I know Ultimate Fighting Championship is the premier promotion, but it has so many fighters. It has over 600 fighters. Okay, top ranks, all these promotion, they have like I would say 50 fighters, 50. Okay, fighters. UFC itself has 600 fighters, and the same weight class. If you go to if you enter the UFC, you are ranked number 70. Okay. If you are ranked number 70, you get 12,000 to show up, 12,000 to win. If you get a finish, you get 25,000. Okay. If you are getting the performance of the night, you get 100,000. So all this payout, when you reach like a top rank level, you already get like 1 million, 2 million to your name. So even if it doesn't work out at the top level, you're already getting something out of it. That's my point.
And performance
So
of the
I'm
night
looking
and
at this antitrust lawsuit that the UFC got. Do you know that the UFC pays fighters only
No, can you
about
continue on the same subject, because we want to reach like a conclusion on this issue.
All right, well, I'm gonna still say what I gotta say.
Okay.
The UFC, do you know that they only give out about 15 to 20% of its total revenue to its fighters? So these motherfuckers generate hundreds of millions of dollars, and fighters only see a fifth of it. Where in other fucking sports like the MLB, the NBA, the NFL, they're splitting the money about 50%. They split 50% of the revenue with these athletes. In comparison to the UFC, they only giving out between 15 to 20%. That's disgusting, bro. That's what you want to bring over to boxing?
If
That's what you
the
want to bring over
money,
to boxing? You think that that's going to work in boxing?
okay, if you are Mark, if you are a fighter and you're getting 10 million, okay, in boxing with the same system, that's the old system, okay, and I say, okay, come to Zuffa and we are close promotion, we only fetch each other under our promotion, I will give you 15 million, but know this, I give you 15 million, but you are only getting 15% of the revenue. Would you care?
Say that again?
If you're getting more money with the UFC, let's say, and this money is also the revenue is 15%. You are getting only 15% of the revenue. You get my point?
I'm not really understanding you, brother.
Okay, look, Mark, if you are like, let's say you are both honest, and you are getting with Eddie Hearn, you are getting 10 million per fight, okay? You went to the Zuffa. Zuffa told you, like, imagine Zuffa is established as the UFC, let's say. Imagine that. And Zuffa said, okay, we will give you both 15 million, but If you read our paper, you are getting only 15%, 15% of the revenue. Would you care as a put? If you are put, would you care?
I mean, I kind of would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you're already getting more money. That's like
Yeah, I'm only getting 5 million more, but you're keeping 85% of the revenue from me.
okay.
That's
But if
shit.
you without me,
So
you are
there's
getting
15
10
million
million
that
with the
you're
old
giving me.
system.
So what's 15 million is 85% of what? Let me see. No, wait. Oh, I gotta do my math. Hold on.
You are like getting 100 million. The revenue is 100 million. I'm giving you 15 million.
Kiss my motherfucking ass.
Okay, go to Eddie Hearn and get 10 million.
Yeah, I would
Stay,
rather get 10
stay
million
bitchy.
where I'm getting about half of the fucking budget in comparison to getting 15 million, but 85% of the budget is going to Dana White pocket. Dana White could eat a dick. That's what I would
Dana
tell
White
you.
is not bumping his
Yo,
own money. He's
I would
employed.
rather get 10. If the budget is 20 million and I'm getting 10 million, I would be happier with that if I was to get 15 million with Dana White in them, knowing that they're getting 85% of the revenue and I'm only getting 15. You out your fucking mind.
But you are already getting 5 million more.
But you're getting finessed out of a lot more money.
But this, because you are getting more money, you know why you are getting more? Not because your name is suddenly increased in value. Because
that they capitalizing off of. So
okay,
Eddie Hearn, if he has a budget of if he has a budget of 15 million and I'm getting 8 or whatever the case is, 7.5. And Eddie Hearn's pocketing the rest hypothetically. Okay, we broke that bread down the middle. There's full transparency between the two. I got my half, you got my half. That's cool. I will be cool with walking away with 7.5 if the total revenue was 15 million. But if it's if the Zuffa's offering me $15 million, and then when you open the books up, you see that 85% of the revenue is being kept to them, and I'm only getting 15%. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Y'all fucking me over. Y'all just taking all this fucking bread. So y'all making more money than me, and I'm the one who's sacrificing my life in the ring while y'all sitting here on y'all fat asses watching me fight.
If Eddie Hearn will generate 100 million, okay, then okay, go with him. But he cannot.
I get 15.
Yeah, the revenue is higher because the company itself has like a brand, a name, like UFC. Why the money is more? Because the selling point is not the fighter themselves. The selling point is the UFC. The best fight the best. That's why
the selling point is the UFC, not the fighters.
No, selling point UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. The best fight the best. You don't have to know their names. If you just turn on the UFC, you'll watch a great fight. Okay, that's their point of selling. It's not like boxing. You will watch like 5 stinkers and 1 good fight. 5 stinker and 1 good fight. No, it's their fighter is into.
They can only afford to do that because they're not paying their fighters shit.
No,
like you can have 6 bangers on a card because it won't take. You can have 5. You can have 6 great fights on a UFC card because you're not paying them. You taking home the majority of the revenue. You giving these niggas crumbs. So as long as you give them crumbs, they're gonna keep fighting. They can't get better nowhere else in MMA. So if you
are not,
huh?
You have fighters, right? They have different skills. Some of them have higher potential. Some of them have lower potential.
That's true.
Okay, if you have this fighter with lower potential, you are against this fighter. You know why? Because you just want them to get into boxing and get out of it with nothing. But if in the UFC, if you have like, I will tell you why. Because in the UFC, even if you are ranked 60 to 50, you're still getting some money, okay, to support your life, to go far. But in boxing, no.
So why they gotta come to boxing to make ends meet?
Because they are at the top, the high level, and already they make at least 10 millions in their sport. Like if you watch boxing fighters that go to boxing, okay, at their level, if you are ranked top 10 in boxing, you will get at double the money you get in the UFC, at least, if you are top 10. But if you are lower than that, you are in the boxing, it's like free for all. It's zombies. So you're like you are living on the ends meat. You don't know how to
So
get
you're
your
basically
rent. You don't
admitting that
know how to. I've heard the story that some boxers pay money to fight just to have some name on their resume so that they can progress. Okay, and
that's
at the
very
end of
true.
the day, they get brain damage, and everybody ditch them, and they are homeless. So if boxing, UFC at least have a structure so that even if you have low potential, like in the UFC, if you will not make it to the top, you're still making 25,000 at least. When the first fight in the UFC, you are making 25,000 for finishes, and 100,000 if you get performance of the night, if you put a good fight. That's it.
You know, that's
I'm not talking.
215. That's 215. What you mean by how does that benefit the fans? Bazuma? What are you talking about? Can you elaborate what you meant? Because we've been speaking about a whole lot of stuff. So you gotta clarify what you're talking about. Listen, man. I think based off of everything you just told me, I think that what you're trying to say is that Zuffa is gonna be good for mid-level fighters, but once it gets to high-level fighters, they're gonna have a problem. That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
So how is that going to work in boxing? How is Zuffa going to be the future of the sport in boxing?
Because you know, you and your friend, this friend who's laughing right now, you only care about the big names. Okay, you don't care
No, we
about people
don't.
who are
I don't.
no, because they are the selling point. Even the views. If you write somebody,
what I was saying about Zuffa in the you clearly didn't hear what I had to say about Zuffa in the beginning. I said Zuffa will be great for fighters that are on the come up and have trouble having consistency in terms of activity in their career. I suggested that Demetrius Andrade sign with Zuffa because he can't get a fight to save his fucking life. You know what I'm saying? I was suggesting guys like Rashidi Ellis, because and like Edwin De Los Santos, dudes who struggle to get into the ring, they should go over with Zuffa. Zuffa has a network. Zuffa has dates. They're going to keep you busy. They're going to pay you consistently throughout your tenure. You're not going to be fighting for
that's
free.
guarantee money. Yeah, it's not like boxing. I
So
can give you a contract, Mark.
It works for certain people, right? So you can't sit here and tell me that I only care about the big names when I'm suggesting that guys that are mid-level sign with Zuffa, because this may be something that benefits them considering the shit that they got going on in their career. Like I know Nair Albright is signed with, I think, RDR Promotions, right? Cool. But if Nair Albright was to ever be a free agent, Zuffa
he's avoided like a plague.
Zuffa would be a great move for him. I think Zuffa works for a certain type of fighter. But when it comes to the elite level guys, I don't know how that's gonna go unless Turki Alalshikh just opens the fucking floodgate and starts paying these dudes crazy amounts of money to commit to Zuffa. I don't see this being like just having like one fucking company where it's just I think boxing's a little bit too wild for that. There's money, spread out all throughout the boxing world. It's not like the UFC where money is just in one place and you have to go to that one place if you want to get some life-changing money. In boxing, there's money everywhere.
Yeah, but it's about connection. It's not about who deserves it the most.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, I will tell you something.
You could get some money with Matchroom. You get some money with Top Rank. You could get some money with Golden Boy. You could get some money with PBC if they still got some money going around. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the UFC. The UFC, MMA is like you got to go to the UFC to get big bread. But the boxing's not like that. You can get a bag anywhere if you know the right people.
Yeah, if you know the right people. Also, like if you have fighters that have no personality, like a lot of fighters, they only want to train. They don't want to go to the media and talk and sell themselves. UFC will give you the money regardless of your personality. Some fighters are at the top level. They cannot put like a sentence together. They don't have any personality. They are like interesting as a rock. Okay, so they don't have anything going on, but they are great fighters. And they get a lot of
was
money.
like that for a little bit, but look at him now. Tank couldn't talk to save his fucking life, but he was still making millions. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but Tank, like there is something in boxing that sells, which is power. If you have power, it sells. You know that. It's not like boxer sells less, but at least punchers get always sell more. So thank.
Bro, the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't matter if you're boring with the media. If you fight good, niggas will watch you. That was a shit point you tried to make.
Yeah.
I'm
Also, why
sorry.
you are? Yeah, I know, but also why you are talking about Boots not getting fights and all this? Do you like this? You don't like it, right? I believe, from my opinion, I believe
We
Boots
don't, but who the
will
fuck
become the face
who the
of
fuck
boxing.
at Zuffa could fight Boots? Name one fighter at Zuffa that could fuck with Boots.
No,
Name one.
nothing.
None,
No
right?
one.
All right, then.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would Boots sign with Zuffa? There's no fucking undisputed belts over there. There's no, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm
Chill.
not talking about right now. I'm talking in 5 years. If there is, because in 5 years they will sign even more fighters, and
Bro,
it becomes more and more.
In 300 years, if we live to 300 years, Boots will be the best fighter to ever grace Zuffa's presence, bro.
They are already signing Conor,
Bro,
Benn.
Mario Barrios could probably do some amazing shit in Zuffa. He'll probably be the
No
best
way.
nigga in Zuffa right now.
No way. You haven't watched
Okay.
Zuffa. I watched the last 3
Yo,
cards.
the best nigga
and
in
they
Zuffa
have.
right now is Conor Benn.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Who else?
Jai Abataya.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Jai Abataya is destroying everyone. Conor
Man,
Benn is
Jai
having.
Pataya ain't fighting nobody.
Jai definitely the best bull over there right now. I'm not even gonna give Conor Benn that much credit. I think that nigga is shitty.
Conor Benn is athletic, and he has like exciting fight style. But in terms of skills, he will not eat at 147.
Man, before they signed Jai Pataya, the best fighter there was fucking Ryo. Like, what the fuck are we talking
Ryo,
about?
you mean Valenzuela?
Jalil, they said Jalil
bro.
Hackett over there. I think Jalil will give Conor Benn hell. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay, Mark, if you really want to have more knowledge on this, have you watching the Zuffa the last 3 cards?
No.
You haven't. Okay, please, if you really want to see a good fights, you haven't. You always like. How many fights in boxing are top heavy, like cards that have only main event and co-main event that are good, and the other are like not worth watching? A lot, right? In Zuffa, the card is built from this beginning to the end. They are all great fights. So please just check them out, and you will like them, and you will change your opinion if you really are seeking that road.
Okay.
Bro, I could sign with Zuffa right now and be the best nigga.
Yeah, right now, but in 5 years you will not be able to sign because you are underqualified.
Bro. That was funny.
Yeah, because Max Holloway. You watch the UFC. Some man will watch the UFC here.
Of course I watch UFC. What's up? What about Max Holloway? Are you talking about the dude who just got sparked his last fight? Yep. What about him?
No, just some fighters. Okay, if some fighter lose in boxing, what happened to him? Losing is like a plague. No, please protect your all with your life. Max Holloway has like 11 losses, and he can sell like he gets like 8 million per fight.
And I'm gonna shoot that down with Ryan Garcia just came off a loss and just won a title. So what are we talking about?
I'm talking about losing in if you have the same promotion in Zuffa, losing does not matter because you are fighting the best, and they are trying to encourage this culture. But in boxing here,
better in boxing like that no more either though.
No, right now because they are best fighting are the best. But before,
I seen Sebastian Ventura get put to sleep and fight for a world title his next fight, and I seen Ryan Garcia test positive and fight for a title, then lose, and then come back and fight for another world title.
Mark, after Floyd Mayweather, people are trying to emulate Floyd by protecting their own. They think it's a selling point, and it is to a certain extent. But how many fighters you like more for wanting the smoke and fighting the best and losing? I like them more than the fighter with their all protected and fighting nobody. So, but boxers and promoter in their mind, they don't want to cash out. They think it's like one big fight. If Boots like in a structure contract, like he has to get fights, I think he's the best thing in combat sport. I'm not saying because I'm in your channel. I already said it in other channels when I do debates with them. I said Boots is my favorite fighter. But what I'm angry about is that He's in this with people that don't care about his Eddie Hearn cares about the British side of fighters, and he is with them, and he doesn't like to talk. He's the perfect fighter for something like structure. I don't want to fight. I only want to show my boxing skills. Boots will excel in this, but it's hard to watch like him like reaching 29, 30, almost he's entering his prime, but he hasn't fought like a big names yet. People are avoiding him, but if you have like guarantee you will fight this person and you will get like 5 million, 6 million for it, everyone will fight. Right now they are overpaying Conor Benn, which is not a great fighter, elite fighter. They're overpaying him just to reach people's eyes, to let them watch like how, when there is middle fighters, not say big fighters and good fighters, let's say journeyman against journeyman. If they are putting great fights, you will watch because you want the competition. It's not about the big names only. That's why Zuffa are trying to sell at this point. They are trying to sell like, we have like 18-2, 17-3 fighter. This is their record. And they are fighting each other. Watch this crap. You will see and you will enjoy. Watch just the last 3 fight cards and you will see that big names, okay, the boxing are like polluted with this issue, which is like, you have to protect your all at all costs. So one advantage in Zuffa that is not in boxing right now is they are not caring about losses because they are willing to guarantee you fight, win or lose. That's it. Thank you for the opportunity.
I think you're speaking way too early, bro.
I'm gonna say this: in 5 years from now, the best fighter at Zuffa is gonna be Blair Cobb.
No way. Blair Cobb, what happened to him after he fight Conor? He disappeared, right?
He took like a little tune up recently. He had a dispute with Don King, so he had to get up out of that deal, I think.
Yeah, he has like good personality. I mean, he can sell fights.
Blair Cobb should go to Zuffa.
Yeah, he'll be the best nigga.
Why they are avoiding him? He's not that like.
Blair is he's dangerous.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this: Blair go to Zuffa right now. Oh my God, he's stopping everybody.
No way.
He's stopping everybody. He's
Larry.
stopping. Yo, bro, I'm trying to tell you something.
Okay, you watch. What do you think about Venezuela? The one that fought.
Yeah,
the one that fought
Valenzuela.
Vergil Ortiz. That fighter, I like. This is the best style. Like, okay, if he's in boxing, people will avoid him like the Blake. You see why he went to Zuffa? Let's watch his last fight.
Bro, that
One of
nigga
the
went
most
to war with
entertaining fight I watch in my life. And he already has 3 losses.
That nigga went to war with my step uncle, nigga. What are you
I
talking
don't care.
about?
It's entertaining. It doesn't mean like if they are not high class. It doesn't mean like
Bro,
people
that fight
watch him.
was not
Zuffa is selling you value for money. Like,
I didn't even hear
that's
that
it.
part. You said Ryo was avoided.
Valenzuela, the one that
Yeah.
fought Pitbull Cruz.
You said he was avoided?
After he fought Pitbull Cruz, nobody want to fight him. That's why he signed
You
with
out your
Zuffa.
motherfucking mind. Gary
Watch his interview. Watch his interview.
Man, Gary Antoine took that fight with the quickness and beat the dog shit out of Ryo.
But watch his interview because it doesn't mean like even if you lose, like Brian Norman now. Who wants to fight Brian Norman?
What the fuck? Ryo?
Okay.
Yo, let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. You talking about the nigga who got stopped by Edwin De Los Santos real bad?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I will show you. I'll show you. I'm not.
Yeah, you don't have to show me, bro. I know Ryo, bro. I
He's
know
not,
what he's done in the sport of boxing.
Jose Valenzuela.
Yeah, that's
his
Ryo.
name. His nickname is Ryo.
Ryo.
His name is Jose Ryo Venezuela. Yeah, we know who it is.
Okay.
You didn't know his nickname? If you don't know his nickname, you probably don't know him that much either.
No, I didn't know him that much, but when I watched his last fight, I really was impressed with him because
Justin, knock it off, Justin. He said Ryo got beat by Chris Colbert. You know goddamn well Chris Colbert ain't beat no fucking Ryo.
Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, we're not doing that, bro.
Like
That
you
nigga
clearly
had
ain't see
that
that
nigga
fight.
had Chris Colbert floating like poop in water, bro.
I mean,
So I don't
look,
want to
I
hear
think there is
nothing.
something with your mentality watching boxing for a long time. I think you have, like, I know you are, this fighter is not that good in terms of your opinion, but why losing make a fighter like this to you? Like, you're just like shitting on him. I know he's like not top class, but in UFC, fighter lose, it's okay. If you run the fade and
Bro,
lose, it's okay.
but I think what people got to understand is boxing and UFC is not the same. So you just can't hold. You can't hold. It's different dynamics, different culture, all that shit, bro. We can't hold boxing to the same standards as UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like UFC didn't have you peep how when Khabib retired, everybody was, they started bigging up a lot of undefeated fighters more over at the UFC.
Yeah, that's why it's wrong to feel this to follow this narrative. Like if Rayo didn't fight Gary
So
Russell,
boxing's the same way. The boxing just they look to see who's like that guy, and based off of that, they try to imitate that person. Whoever is the man of that era, they try to follow through with. For example, Floyd Mayweather, he retired 50-0. The motherfucker coming back, but at this point, he's 50-0, right? And people saw that he had the money, he had the cars, he had the women, he had the undefeated record. What did we start seeing after that? We seen people like Gervonta Davis try to replicate, duplicate him, right? But now there's a new influential figure in the sport of boxer. I mean, influential boxer in the sport that had just retired in Terrence Bud Crawford. And Terrence Bud Crawford was different from Floyd, but he was still influential. You didn't really see nobody going for undisputed until Terrence Crawford did it, right? When he became
people
undisputed at
were
140,
nicking belts.
everybody started following suit. They was like, damn, having 4 belts is actually pretty fucking dope, because Floyd didn't care about going undisputed. You know what I mean? His whole thing was, why would I want to be undisputed when I could keep, you know what I mean? I could keep, some of this money or whatever the case is. So Floyd wasn't big on becoming undisputed, but Bud was such a competitor. He's like, man, I want all the belts. And everybody started following his lead. Usyk, Devin, Jermell Charlo, you know what I'm saying? All these guys that became undisputed. Josh Taylor. The list goes on and on and on. So now people following Bud's role, and now everybody wants to do what Bud do. Boxing literally follows whoever was the influential person in the moments, like Wave. So right now,
Yeah, each era has
people
like
losing
different.
boxing now, but they don't get as criticized as they did during the Mayweather era, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's not about only Floyd. It's about the estrogen level.
What you
Estrogen
mean?
level in the water. People are like,
water. That's funny.
yeah, you know why? Evander Holyfield. If people watch his fight right now, they say, "Oh, it's violent." No, just banned boxing, because now it's only like, even there is like, they should separate like some boxing now, like they are not trying to fight each other. If you are Rayo, like we know Rayo is like not top class, but we know he's like top 30, right? Can we agree on that? Top 30, top 20 in his weight class. Rayo. Yeah. If Rayo, if you are a manager of Rayo, like let's say he's like having 3 losses right now, and he's like discarded by the boxing fans as like a leftover or something. He's 26, okay? He still has a lot in the tank. If you are a manager and he's starting his own career, will you avoid these fighters and try to protect his own? That's why it's from the get-go. If you are not a top class fighter, you will get nothing in boxing. That's why even boxing fan does not care about fighters who have 3 losses. They see him as like he's like a journeyman or something like this, even though he's still 26 and he run the weight from still a young age. You understand? Like you are punishing fighters for wanting to find out how good they are.
Shit, no
Rayo now,
love boxing. Boxing loves some Gabe Rosado. Boxing loves some Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some exceptions to the rule, though.
but there are few and far in between.
And I'm gonna say this. You just try to make that point for boxing. I'm gonna say this. Israel Adesanya went on a 3-fight losing streak and is getting dragged through shit right now.
But he's already has like reached a top high class. He's already got his money. Rayo is different class. Imagine going to like there is people in. I am I work as an engineer. Okay, I am like 50%. I'm not the best engineer. I'm not the worst. I'm in the 50%. If you are the best engineer, you get like millions and all these things. If each career has this own thing, but if you really try to put it to work, if you have like mid-class fighter or lower class fighter, and they are trying to find out how good they are and taking losses, people discard them, and even that reflect in their payouts. Even in boxing.
How about Anthony Joshua? How about Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua lost back-to-back, lost to Andy Ruiz, just got sparked by Daniel Dubois, and he's still making an impact out here in these streets. And Tyson Fury lost back-to-back. He about to come back and fight on Netflix. You ain't fighting on Netflix unless stupid money on the line.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder just lost back-to-back, and he's fighting He's
fighting Derek Chisora out in the UK.
You can listen, AJ. You know about British fans and boxing; they are different.
You can't move the goalposts, brother. You talking about boxing in its entirety? We can't just.
Yeah, well, okay. Even boxing and British fans, like but they are a little bit more supportive than USA fans. You can at least agree to that. Derek Chisora have lost a lot of fights, but they are still fighting. Also, there is something to be said about USA and boxing in USA. The role model or the face of boxing in USA are trying to sell the value of the all. Okay, they already lost. Even in the press conference, if a fighter lose, the first point they are bringing is the fighter who lost to. Like it's like something to drag people down. It's okay not to be the best.
Derek Chisora lost 12 times, and he is loved by the boxing world.
They call him War to Chisora. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's someone call it? Manny Pacquiao has 9 losses. Or 10 losses. Roy Jones, you know?
You are talking about people who are like at the highest level. I'm talking about people that are starting.
How about Sean Porter?
Sean Porter, first of all, there is something to be said also about styles. You know?
He fight like ugly. All his fights be ugly. He took all these losses. They still be wanting to see him.
His suits be ugly. You know? But, everything about him is just ugly as fuck. His teeth are ugly. His braids are ugly. Everything's ugly, but niggas love him.
Because maybe Errol Spence, like he has like close fight with Errol Spence.
Canelo
some close fight are not losses. Okay, losses is like.
Man, a loss is a loss, bro.
Yeah, but they think I went to the distance with Errol Spence, like, or
he keep moving.
I had a close fight with Errol Spence.
He keep moving the goalposts. That's cool.
He got dropped in that fight.
No, I'm not moving the goalposts. You understand my point? We can only have like a common point. But okay, I know there is exception. I know there is thing, but at least know that my intentions are good. I'm not trying to say something that I don't believe in. Or I don't think it's logical. That's it.
Sorry.
Thank you for the opportunity. I won't come to your channel. Don't worry. Just today. That's it.
Oh, you done with the channel?
No, yeah, it's okay. I know you're thinking I'm harassing you. No, I just like your personality.
If I thought you was harassing me, you wouldn't even be on here right now. You cool. You would just. I ain't like that comment you was talking about. You would never disrespect me to your face. I'm like, I don't understand that because when you say shit like that, you challenging a motherfucker. One thing about me, I would do that shit. So I don't even know why you said that. But regardless, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you can still come back on as long as
you can still come through and shit. You just gotta chill, bro. You know what I mean?
That's
like
okay,
that shit that y'all be
just
saying.
It's a misunderstanding. I didn't catch the rest of that.
Yeah,
also, I said it at the end. You remember, I said it's my bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's okay. I admit when I'm wrong, and It's
All
okay. It's
right,
all love and
and I'm
go from there.
gonna say my fault about that drone shit. So it is what it is.
It's okay. You know something. I will tell you something just for your information, and you can Google it. Everyone can Google it. If you put your money, I'm telling you right now, if you put your money outside and go one day outside and come back, you will find it in the same place. Saudi Arabia is the safest country in the world by numbers. We have the lowest crime rate in the
Yeah,
world.
I
So,
can't say that. I can't
so,
say that about here. So
huh?
yeah. I said I can't say the same thing about here. So it's
Yeah,
good.
so we have our advantage. Okay. So people think like because drones and all these are like what they call it, small thing, problem between countries. But in terms of the country itself, ask Americans who come here, ask British people who comes here. It's the safest country. You can leave your
I'm
money
gonna go over there.
outside. Yeah, come. You are welcome, and maybe we get together. We do a broadcast. Riyadh season next Riyadh season. If you have a fighter there,
How far are you from Riyadh?
maybe 200 miles.
200 miles. So that's probably like what, 3 hours, 4 hours?
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
4
hours,
hours.
4 hours.
Not
That's
bad.
cool.
Yeah.
They say your name is Turk Al Rashid. I think that's funny. That's a good name.
What's Turki Rashid?
They said that that's your name. They said that's Turkey Al Rashid.
No, who's Turki Rashid? I don't know.
They saying you are. They saying that's your name.
Yeah, it's like a
No.
joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay, no problem, my friend. It's all
Turkey
love.
Al
Thank you and take care.
All right, you too, brother.
the Zuffa executive.
Okay, no, I'm just a
You are
fan. Thank you.
the chief general manager of Zuffa.
No, they should pay me some money, but I'm just saying that for because I would just watch a documentary about uh, who's that fighter that gets injured, brain damage, and injured.
Shit, I better see you on a Zuffa card.
Yeah, maybe in the future. Thank you.
All right, brother. I see you. Oh, he dipped. Hold on. Let me refresh real quick, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, man, what's going on, yo? How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's day going? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. What's up? Oh, Mark's back.
No, I had to refresh this shit because it's like my laptop got like low battery. So whenever it
Oh,
does
so
that,
it's
they start tweaking.
all type shit.
He said late night boxing talk, not bad. Yeah, but I'm actually about to get off here because I gotta work tomorrow. And I got my son, so I'm gonna be dead tired, but it is what it is. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Yo, Slime, you got any last words for the people?
Fuck Zuffa.
This nigga's crazy. But anyways, man, shout out to the nation, shout out to the mob. J Cash said underqualified. That was funny. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Shout out to the nation, shout out to the mob. We in the building as always. Look out for the next live tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.